trying to get it for one thing. This shit don't even need doing what I
wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm good for buying shit like that, dude. I'm like, I'm notorious for doing shit. I go out, spend $1,000 thinking one thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it ain't even what I thought it was, man. I always get caught up in that, dude.
I used to get caught up in that with shoes and shit. Niggas, I used to get shoes, and I done got scammed a couple of times. Like, yo, fuck this shit, yo. I don't even wear these shoes. These shoes don't even look right. Fuck.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I say, I'm a very predictable person. Like, I only buy certain brands and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm real choosy about like the quality and performance of what I purchase. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, especially when it comes to electronics. Like, I'm gonna review the shit out of whatever the fuck I get for about a month.
Oh yeah, electronics. I gotta have the top of the line. It's no, you know what I'm saying. When it comes to TVs, phones, you know what I'm saying, iPads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm about to be in the game for a PS5 here in a second. I'm hopefully they more available. I ain't trying to spend no fucking $700 for that shit. Chevron got 3 of them bitches sitting there. He done sold 2 of them. Shit crazy. That's that bullshit.
He's selling for $1,000 or something, Chevron?
No, I gave them actually to my little cousins for Christmas.
Oh, did you?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I ain't give them. I just let their parents pay me what I paid for them.
Right. I knew you ain't get them shits away. Shit, fuck that. Get your money back at least.
Exactly.
Because them shits is selling like hotcakes.
All right, my man. Sosa up in here. We live, y'all.
What's good, family? It's been interesting.
No, we waiting for everybody to get up in here. I just hit the button.
What's good, Sosa?
Ain't much. Heard doggone Corey went doggone Mary Lefkowitz on the Black Egypt.
Mary Lefkowitz. I heard of that name before.
That's the one that went at Martin Bernal.
Yeah, she responded.
She
responded.
The white chick that went at Black Athena.
Right.
I mean, hurt the community bad.
Bad.
She rolled the community up. They was hurt.
Did she have some valid points?
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely. Me and Chef was on Uncle.
I know you gonna say it, Chef, because you in my boat.
Everybody got time for all that Egypt madness.
Yeah. We had broke that out on Unc one day. Unc was fighting profusely, yo.
Right. Called out racist and everything. Like, yo, but they two white people arguing. How you going? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's crazy as hell. Martin Bernal white, Mary Lefkowitz white, but you choose to call her racist. Like, oh my god.
Hey, then she did all like feeble, trying to be humble. I know the contribution of Africans. You know.
Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about, Sosa. When I was talking earlier about the apologetics or not the apologetics, but the enabling.
Comedic apologetics movie going.
No, the Afrocentric. He was saying, yeah, they be enabling the Afrocentrists.
Yeah,
feel me? Like they try to
sympathize.
Put the gloves on and deal with.
They're a little tender.
Because they don't want get the racist card thrown at.
Yeah. See, they that's what I'm saying. And see, I'm saying that's unscientific, but man, that's the truth though.
That's what they doing. Yeah.
I can't I know I read them articles, man. We done read them articles, dude. And we pretty much tackled that issue right there, man. We tackled it. Nobody seemed to, and I didn't hear. I picked my phone. Well, I got kicked. We all got kicked out or whatever, and so nobody responded to my question though.
What was the question?
I had talked about how they had been conquered by what's them people's name, Chef? The Greeks that came in.
The Greeks, the Romans, the Turks.
Yeah, it was a period, the Ptolemaic period. Right,
oh, that's the Romans. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. My bad. The Ptolemaic. That's the Greeks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, or whoever they is, they supposed to be foreign, right? However, these supposed to be, as far as the black community consider, these is white folks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Turks, the Persians, like I said, all of the Greeks and the Romans, they have these Ptolemaic periods, right? And they had been conquered by these different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the time they're being conquered by these so-called different people, right? The population is staying homogenous for 8,000 years. So what I'm saying is, and keep bringing up, well, they only checked 2 mummies or 3 mummies or whatever. But what I'm saying is, it must be miraculous that if these people were different, so this ain't the real population, right? This is what some of the people in the community say. Well, this ain't the real population. These Arab-looking mixed people came in and took over. You know what I'm saying? And them ain't the real people. But mind you, the actual article, no matter how much ambiguity they want to put in to the conclusion, there is a specific data point, not the conclusion. They're not making a conclusion. This is a data point. When you talk about a data point, you're talking about a fact here. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, all throughout this time, throughout this 8,000 years, they have been being conquered and going to war and going through different periods, like the Ptolemaic period and all that. Well, all the while, the population stays homogenous. And nobody can explain that to me other than some miracle that none of them, that somehow all of them got wiped out. The original so-called Egypts got wiped out. There ain't nothing left but these other people here. And the science is wrong on the homogenous issue. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to say that the science is, that the data point is actually wrong because they slide in a little bit of ambiguity in their conclusion. But one thing about science, and we all know that science always leaves room to grow. So they do kind of leave a little bit of ambiguity, but they add on to that ambiguity with some sympathy for the Blackologists. But like I said, nobody can explain that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely that's when you.
And I'm not. See, the thing is, Sheffrin, I'm not the history guy. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just basic information that you could just pull up.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got that out of nature. It ain't like I've been studying this for years and years, and I'm some type of, you know what I mean? Like, no, this is just an article in Nature, and like, it's a data point, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that data point is a fact. It's a scientific fact. Ain't no way around it. Show me something else. Show me.
So this is what this is the contention, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the contention with it. The article says that you can't use the DNA from those 2 mummies, right, to put that over the whole Egyptian population for his whole 3,000 years, right? So, but
they went back 8,000. They talking this.
Yeah,
they talking
see, and that's the part that they don't want to address. See, that's the part that they like. How you gonna overlook what they said though? You feel me? Yeah. And then it gets even deeper because they showed when the sub-Saharan population came into Egypt.
About that, Chef. Don't kill him with the. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead. This is the killer part.
Yeah, it says that
what I said ain't the killer part. What Sheffrin finna say is the killer part. But go ahead.
It got up to like I think it was 6 to 12%, right, of sub-Saharan DNA in the population in Egypt, right? But that wasn't until the Roman period.
I don't think it was 12. It was a very low number. I think it was like 6%.
Oh, it was like 6. Well, anyway, that didn't come into the population into the Roman period. And it said because the Romans was importing sub-Saharan Africans into Egypt and into the Mediterranean for slavery. So that's when the sub-Saharan, that small sub-Saharan DNA got into the damn population of Egypt. Wasn't into the Roman period.
What? And that's a data point. That's what I'm saying, Sheffrin. That is a data point.
Right.
Show me something else. That's all I'm saying. Like, show me another data point. That's all I want to see. You know what I'm saying? And then I shut my mouth because, like I said, I'm not the history guy. But what I can do is I can read and I can comprehend what I'm reading. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And know what a data point is. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is what the facts bear out. You know? So it's no way around that. You know, they ain't had niggas up there, sub-Saharan niggas up there until the Romans got to putting them in slave. Now, I'm not saying a couple motherfuckers didn't trickle up through there every now and then, right? But what I am saying is those niggas are Mediterranean niggas, and they not us, and they don't have any relation to us in no way, shape, or form, as far as descendancy and those types of things. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody can come up with all this history and with who said who, and this person said that, and they wrote this on the wall, and they painted their pictures this way, and they had this type of thing on their pottery. Who gives a shit? Defeat those data points.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I don't care about your history. They always talk about, well, they in the article talks about you can't, you know, the history is unique. Well, that's what it is. It's unique. So, like, y'all, what y'all saying is y'all don't fully understand the history if it's unique and mysterious and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't have any data points on that in that said area, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, you can bring that up, fine. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have a data point to bring with that. You know what I'm saying? But the data points already bear out the facts. You know, I mean, it's no way around, especially what you said. It's no way around. Niggas just got up there. Niggas just started going up there the other day. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think there's explain devil's advocate, you don't think there's the cultural affinity? Like when they make the connection as far as culturally the society is more African than Mediterranean?
No. That's why, and see that point right there, that's what exactly made me start to research it, because that's the claim that they culture, they have an African culture. When I look at them niggas, man, I don't see anything African about them. I see all Mediterranean, the way they dress, all of that. You know what I'm saying? All of their gods and everything are Mediterranean. You know what I'm saying? They write about each other. They in all the biblical stories, and they in the Quran, and those people were in these writings. You know what I'm saying?
But what about Nubia right?
This was their culture. They were a Mediterranean culture. They were on the Mediterranean Sea. Ain't Greece a Mediterranean culture?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Ain't Italy or Rome or whichever one you call it, ain't that a Mediterranean culture?
Yep.
So how come Africa, the North Africans, like the Libyans, the Moroccans, the Egyptians, the Turks, the Persians, all these people over there in Saudi Arabia and up in the Levant and all that, all of these people wrote about each other. They were everybody had everybody in everybody's stories. So, and these people have been being together for, as far as I can see, for 8,000 years.
Yeah, probably longer than that.
Yeah, probably longer than that.
More than likely, but I don't have a source on that. So I don't even want to get into that. But if somebody do, I'm willing to look, or if somebody has something contrary, like I said, I'm still not hearing anybody refute those data points. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna explain them away.
Right.
Saying that it was only 2 mummies that they got the DNA from.
It was actually 3, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the real population miraculously disappeared.
And they did used to hit me with that one back in the day. I used to say that shit too back in the day. Man, we was dead, right? But the invasions and shit ran us out. I used to say that shit back in the day. I ain't even gonna front.
Because that was Chancellor Williams.
Yeah.
He wrote about that. He put so much effort into, and the destruction of Black civilization. He put so much effort in talking about the indigenous population was pushed south by the invading populations. So that's
Black State is Nubia Mediterranean. Remember, like they've been also dealing with Nubia.
Yeah. Nubians, Nubians they was dealing with the Mediterraneans. You know what I'm saying?
But they definitely got down what you would quote unquote call Black Africa.
Facts.
No doubt. And you could see the some of the African tradition in their culture too. They used a little bit of that African culture too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see that in the Egyptians though. You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians kind of, in some of those things, it seemed like the Egyptians was kind of depicting the Nubians as like a little bit savage. You know what I mean? But I guess everybody do a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, man. Like they be talking about, well, they didn't think about race the way we think about, but these niggas these niggas is bringing us up there, enslaving us again. You know what I'm saying? And I keep on trying to make this point clear. We can't see it coming because life is so good for us. You know what I'm saying? Life is we don't have to be so looking to conquer motherfuckers all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's not our culture. You know what I'm saying? That's a Mediterranean culture. You see what I'm saying? The enslavement and all of that. That's, like, I'm not saying West Africans didn't do they dirt and have they faults too, but man, that Mediterranean culture is all about slavery. You know what I'm saying? They all about it. They did it the best. They fund it. They do it all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think just, we didn't see it coming because, we was good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like everything was peachy keen, but, that we didn't have to be, things wasn't as scarce as they is in a desert culture. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In that Mediterranean culture and shit like that. So you don't have to be a certain way that they were. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you what hurt us though, boy. Like a lot of our Black scholars, man, they got beat the hell up, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? We got misguided by a lot of them back in the day. Like,
right?
Find out, what deceptions are. I would say John Henry Clark was pretty solid. Like,
definitely was solid.
He had his errors, of course, because
that Gerald Massey stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be off a little bit because you are where you are. But for the most part, he was dead.
He was a solid historian.
He was solid. He was solid. You know what I mean? And he sourced everything. So like even when he gave his lectures, he sourced it. Mm-hmm. You can go back, you can go research, so you can see, okay, this is where he was at, this is what he studied, this is where he got that from. It wasn't a mystery with him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like the word John Henry Clark put in.
Yeah, John Henry Clark was a beast.
All in all, though, I gotta keep it real though. I have not looked into the Green Sahara thing. because I had some other data points too about the Green Sahara or whatever.
Yeah, the matriculate.
I don't know about matriculate.
You remember when the matriculate with him and Double Leg? They showed the red
Oh,
dot.
yeah, he said the people was matriculating up the Nile.
Matriculating up the Nile.
Yeah, we had a whole argument about the dime piece to matriculate.
Oh my God.
No, it wasn't a matriculation. It's totally different. It's something that I wasn't savvy on, and I'm still not really savvy on. So you know what I mean.
It's
Like,
right on our face.
I'm not a history guy, so I could be, like I said, I could be totally wrong, but I just understand things the way that I understand them, and one might say I'm not being totally scientific about it, but I guess in this case you got me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I like to study mentality, and I like to study just I like to keep it real. Like you just gotta, first of all, it's impossible to know one thing about an ancient culture immediately, right? So that's gonna take time. So most of the artifacts in Egypt haven't even been found yet. This is something they don't tell you. The majority of the stuff has not even been found nor uncovered, right? I think that's important to know. Second point is you got to look at the world view at the time, right? What's the name of the book, Chef? You got me with that shit. Your man, yo. Nature Knows No Color.
J.A. Rogers.
You got me with J.A. Rogers. Serious, right? He'd be proud of us right now. So when you having that conversation for real, right? And this is in my book, right? I should read the chapters off to y'all. But the first thing we got to start with Egyptology, right? We got to start with scientific racism and Egyptology, right? And we got to deal with the worldview of the people looking at these cultures in Africa. And if we don't start there, right, then we fucked up. Even if it was us looking at that shit during the time periods they was looking at, the lack of evidence, right, we would make mistakes. But what we wouldn't do, we wouldn't leave outside of Africa, right? As much land is there, as much space is there, right, to start a culture. Their racism made them see that because they was the ones that said it was Black Africa, not us. Remember, we wasn't calling ourselves Black. That's the mistake that Shingat Diops did. Black people don't call themselves Black, not unless they've been through the colonization process like African Americans. Now we Black. And we accept that, we wear it as a badge of honor, yo. And I ain't taking that away from us. But when we take that standard and put it on a group of people that wouldn't have known that standard, you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, we need scholars to make that transition to understand that's not what they were saying. And that's not even muddying up the picture. Because Chef will say, well, look, yo, just take away Africa. And I say, yeah, take away Africa. Let's just do Roman Africa, right? How they had it in Rome, what it was. Let's do that. Let's go back before the conferences, right, when they divvied up Africa. Let's go back past that. Let's go back to these people, right? There's no place called Africa. There's just kingdoms and villages and townships. Let's reconstruct it because we got the tools now. We got way more than our ancestors got. And that's what we was doing with the Amaral Squad. And that's what we was doing with the Maasai Clan warriors. And this is what we continue to do with the pseudo killers. We continue to construct it based off of the available data. So I ain't never forgetting, right, that a racist white supremacist was looking at an African nation, right, that he first called Black Africa, and looked at some people that didn't look like the people that he thought they should look like, and he automatically took them out of there and put them somewhere where they wasn't. So I really wasn't expecting them to understand genes because nobody understood genes at that time. And I wasn't expecting them to give us a fair shot. Why should they? We was shadow. How in the hell can people that's shadow slaves build some shit like that? That's unimaginable to them. And I get it. It's not until Charles Darwin come through and clean that shit up. But just because you clean it up on Sunday, don't mean everybody gonna follow that shit on Monday. And I hate to say it, they still use racist terms in scientific documentation today. It creep in there. The term I hate is sub-Saharan African. What the fuck is a sub-Saharan African? Is it just a nigga stuck like this? Waiting for the Romans to come, waiting for the Arabs to come. That's what it seemed like. When you say you sub-Saharan African, you basically saying you the big lip niggas. But wait a minute. You go to the tropical area, right? You get different phenotypes. Some niggas got big lips, some don't, right? But then you pass that zone, then you go down to South Africa and you got different types of phenotypes. Like these are the things we got to keep right here when we make our new determinations. Because why let the white boys do it, Doug? The white boys is always on their game already. Because those racist white supremacists really got cleaned up in 1974 at the Cairo Symposium. That's some Wikipedia look away real quick shit. They got cleaned up, right? Diop's and them got cleaned up at the Cairo Symposium. Although they did their thing, right? I suggest everybody read the notes. We can pull that shit up right now. Easy work, right? We can talk about 3/4 of the academic scientific community was Africans because they wanted to give them a shot at the conversation. See, we got to really look at this. So what was Diop and them saying? I read this shit, yo. It's a damn good read. These niggas was in there going battle royale. And what was really introduced there, watch this, y'all. What was introduced at the Cairo Symposium was interdisciplinary study, meaning bring different things together. So the greatest achievement, watch this, of our African scholars was these niggas came with that package of, yo, we're going to use archaeology, we're going to use anthropology, we're going to use every available tool, we're going to use textual critiques, we're going to use every single thing to tell a story. That was some groundbreaking, brand new shit. And this is what our community never promote. Well, I'm here to be the nigga to promote that. Because I seen what they did. It wasn't about them winning. It was about they introduced tools that will be used from that point going forth. And when I'm gonna pull up the motherfucking notes. Y'all gonna say, damn, Unc was right. The question is, right, which make everybody look bad, why didn't our elders tell the truth about the Cairo Symposium? It's where we all went wrong. It's that bullshit right there to come back to bite us at the end of the day. I have great, profound respect for Dr. Bennett. She can't be Diop's. I only mentioned the atheist, John Jackson. You will only hear me mention the atheist. Hubert Harris. You will only hear me mention the atheist. John Henry Clark. I fuck with the niggas that did not fuck with God. No matter what they say, they can't get around me on that. And this is why niggas get mad. Because you can't look at the nigga radio and say, to tell you I don't believe in God. Well, see, he's a motherfucking atheist and he ain't playing the trickology. You can't get past them niggas with that. That's the essence, right, of what I wanted to capture and bring forward in everything I do. And I think we do the best job at it. I really think we do. So the question, you can't even start to discuss Egypt, right, without discussing Africa, right? Because the races, it's crazy as hell. You know where you live at, right, Chef? You know where, and I'm saying, you know where Rogers Avenue, Bryce is at, right, yo? Mm-hmm. So we used to get down hard, right? We built that motherfucker, right? Watch this though, Chef. Why would an invading people look for the start of the drug trade, you know what I'm saying, down there, John Hopkins Hospital on the east side? You would look to the surrounding neighborhoods at Bryce's, the bar, Hilltop, to find the people that was putting together the drug trade. Now you know niggas on the Hilltop could get shit from niggas from the east side and maybe bring in some of their flavor. You know what I'm saying? But you would always look there first. The Europeans never looked at Africa for that. That makes no sense. I shouldn't even have to argue that. They didn't look at Africa. You can look, it's right there detailed. The invading race theory, the Egyptians was white, black people coming from, they did all of that. And even when they tried to straighten it up, it was always Mesopotamia. We're gonna act like we look at 3 artifacts in Egypt And that's where this shit came from. We read it, Chef. I was like, Chef, why they keep doing it, yo? I mean, we spent hours. We spent months reading that shit, yo. We read that shit. And if a nigga find a trinket from Mesopotamia and Egypt, it came from that. It was it was crazy, bro. But when you find something Mesopotamia, you never hear them say the Egyptians started Mesopotamia, though. That's the racism. That's the unfair shit we got. But we're not mad, right? And that definitely doesn't give you the right to overextend shit neither. And a lot of times we overextended it based off of no genetic evidence, based off of barely being able to get hold of the archaeological finds. Anybody that really loves museums like I do, you already know that a lot of this shit is in the back office, yo. They don't even pull it out. Matter of fact, I could pull up millions of artifacts that they got from the Nile Valley. They got millions of artifacts, right? That I'm trying to hope that I motivate young brothers and sisters that will start looking through those artifacts. They right there for y'all to go look at. I ain't talking about the shit that they got on the shelves, y'all. Shit that they decide is not important. All of this before we can even start to make up and understand what Egypt is, what it ain't. And you make the best point, Chef. You're like, well, what about Nubia? Yeah, they relegated Nubia to some backwoods shit, some colony of the Egyptian shit. That's what they did. And they say, but they the black people. So see, once you say that the Egyptians, that the Nubians is the black people, right? Then who the fuck is the Egyptians then? Well, the Egyptians ain't black though. So even if the Egyptians was all white boys, this is where nobody can get by. If the Egyptians is all white boys, they lived with black people for 12,000 years, man. Who amongst you believe that living with black and white people for 10,000 years, right? That one nothing gonna be shaking. We live in America right now. Yo, look how we bumble. It ain't been 400 years. We talking 10,000 years. From the time of the Ice Age, listen, right? And everybody right here on the panel know when farming and shit came into being, right? How it's separate, different here, different there. We all know what climatic events occurred, right? So if you want to say the Europeans came and settled in Egypt and all that, yeah, they did all that, but they was there for damn near 12,000 years with a bunch of sub-Saharan niggas, as y'all keep saying. On a river, which is a cultural highway, easy access. So y'all explain to me what the hell y'all think happened for 12,000 years, and look at this 225 years that we've been in America, and then talk to me about it. And tell me how easy you think that picture gonna be. It ain't never that, dog. It ain't never been that. It ain't never been that. But whatever occurred, right? Check this out in Egypt, right? Whoever was there, what we do know is they practice the African culture, and that's the one piece can't nobody get around. I just start throwing artifacts at niggas. Bring a saw in, he just start giving you West African shit you think is Egyptian shit. Detailed shit. Not getting by that. So if you want to say they was white people, them white motherfuckers lived in Egypt for 12,000 years, a bunch of niggas. And you know how Homo sapiens get down. You already know. So for me and my thing, I'm good with it. It's African culture, bro. Right? You keep the fine details to your motherfucking self. Play the game like you, whatever make you feel comfortable. However you feel. Right? So for me, what I always taught was, if it's in Africa, it's ours. I don't care what color you is, it's ours. No more different than what the Europeans do. They all take Rome and Greece, dog. You can be all the way up in the fucking motherfucking Caucasus Mountain, some goddamn where, all the way left to Tbilisi in Russia, some motherfucking where. They all lend themselves to classical civilizations, dog. But now, the African American is so educated and so motherfucking slick. Now you divvying up Africa. Well, you gotta stop right here. If you go past the Sahara, then you can't fuck with them Africans because they don't look like you. Now you've become the new races, right? That's why I asked the question, what kind of hair do the African Americans got? What kind of skin color do the African Americans got? Well, we know where they live at, they zone 2. Zone 2 means you go from brown to light, depending on summer, winter, spring, and fall. But the same thing occurs in South Africa, right? So when we bring real geneticists on the show, right? right? When we bring the brothers that's white boys and the sisters and the white girls that's digging in the Sahara these days, right? When we bring that back, then we will realize we should have always looked left. Why not look left, yo? Why not look right, yo? It's two deserts on both sides of the Nile. Have we ever contemplated that that's a quicker walk than from Mesopotamia, than from the Levant? Like we can't expect other people to do what we're not ready to spend our money on to do, right? So you cannot be mad at the Egyptologists. They did what they wanted to do. They presented their cultural viewpoint. They did it like they should have did it. It's their money, right? It's their dime, it's their time, right? And they interpret the shit the way they wanted to.
Good bird.
What was that? Cedric, what you doing? You all right? Sound like you getting attacked by a rodent.
Nah, I'm sorry. I thought my mic was on mute. I got my little bird here.
Man, I thought
sorry,
it was a baby. You treat the birds like a baby. So for me, man, the conversation, man, it's a minor shit, man. But I think before we even tackle that question of what Egypt was and what it wasn't, man, we need to address the scientific racism. So I'm gonna pull up my the chapters I got, right? And that's my first thing I deal with is the scientific racism and the start of Egyptology, and bring out those names of those racist motherfuckers, yo, that relegated Nubia to some fucking colony, yo. Now they know that Nubia was the actual rival of Egypt. Now they know that them niggas was intertwined. Now they know them niggas had a love-hate relationship. Now they know, yo, there was two African kingdoms going back and forth for power, right? Now they get it, that Nubia and Karma was the equal of Egypt, no matter what you say. But watch this, even with me saying that, how many people really agree to that? Because we see three big ass buildings, right? That they didn't build after the Fourth Kingdom, right? And that is the Pentacle. I hear y'all say it all the time. I heard you say, Chef, yo, what about the walls, yo? There was some great walls they built in West Africa, some spectacular shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about inoculation, yo? West African shit. What about that? Like, we have allowed white people to control our minds to love one part of Africa and forget about the part that most of us came from, yo. That's diabolical too. But even in that being diabolical, yo, if a nigga wanna fuck with the Egyptians, yo, you gotta let them do it. It's in Africa for 90,000 years, yo. Like, we sound like, how you gonna not let me love somebody that's been in my house for 90,000 years and we only been here for 250 years, 300 years, and we love this motherfucker? At a certain point, it becomes ridiculous, yo. So you can be super light-skinned with super straight hair, but yo, you been in the hood, yo, for 90,000 years, yo. You move like me, I move like you, yo. We fight wars, we love each other, we kill each other, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you what they didn't do. When it came time for the Nubians to turn their back on Egypt, yo, when the Hyksos came in, and we know what the fuck the Hyksos was, they was them Asiatics from the Levant, the Amorites. When it came time, because Egypt was done, they had their ass for about 250 years. And they asked for help, and they got the letters that they sent. They say, yo, right now, we can smash the Egyptians, dog. We can smash them right now. We got them trapped, son. All y'all gotta do is send an army, yo. What the Nubians did, yo? Nah, dog. Yeah, I know we don't like them niggas, yo, but we don't like y'all niggas. That's all I gotta say on the subject, yo. So I'm coming with my book. Anybody gonna dispute my shit, you know what I'm saying? Dispute my shit, not with a YouTube video. Well, I don't mind the commercials though, but dispute my shit and write, yo, challenge yourself, yo. So I'm gonna come with this shit that's going down in Egyptology right now. The latest genetic evidence, the Saharan evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna go to Sahara, the Green Sahara, like we supposed to, before we go anywhere to the Levant, as the motherfuckers matriculated in from the Levant and from Europe. We gonna go to Africa, yo. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking for the origin of Egypt in Africa, dog. And I don't think nobody can get by me, yo. Y'all niggas can't get past that, yo. That's nobody. Yeah, it's a homegrown civilization, yo. I don't give a fuck what color niggas could have blue eyes and yellow motherfucking teeth, yo. They blue eye, yellow teeth Africans, yo. Yeah, knock it off. But go ahead, yo. Y'all get in, yo. I just wanted to, it was on my heart, yo. I just wanted to get that off, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you though, Chef, because you's a light-skinned nigga. I don't like you.
It happens.
You too dark. Where you at, Corey? You too dark. I don't like you, yo. Man, you way too light, bro. I don't like you, dog.
Hey,
you ain't African, yo, because you too light.
Yeah.
You got straight ahead, nigga. You ain't nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a sub-Saharan nigga. See, you're a white boy. You know how to see? Come on, man. We doing it. We see what I'm saying? We doing that in the Egyptian argument, yo, and don't even know it, yo. Yeah, but it's a good conversation, yo. I'm putting my shit in right, yo. I need to make some money off that situation, yo, because niggas is sitting ducks.
Hey,
and
I like that shirt you got on,
huh?
So what was the?
I like that shirt.
Yeah, that shirt tough.
Yeah, so, boy, who print that though? That shit, boy, that's you, that boy. Shout out to you, Vance. Yeah, Vance put the printing on that, yo.
Yeah.
That shit, yo.
Yeah, look good. It ain't crooked or nothing. You good?
Nah. Just hit like this to make it look straight.
Yeah, trust me. In my early days, I did that shit plenty of times. I got a few myself.
Nah, this shit banging. Yeah, yo, Black Lives always matter, yo. Space Age Africans, yo. Hit the link, yo. Abs you way, man. But go ahead, Chef. What you been saying while I look up the document, yo, to read it to y'all? What's up?
So, who created the problem?
Human beings. The racist white supremacists with the money at first. Then the elders trying to acquiesce to a faulty premise. They added to the fray, right? But when we look to the elders, nature knows no color line, right? And you look at his work, yo. Them niggas wasn't as far away as we thought they was, yo. They wasn't as far away as you think they was, yo. I mean, when we really look at it, right? I mean, the genetics kind of changed the whole argument a little bit. And being as though niggas don't really study genetics, right? We was like making mistakes with it. Oh, you don't got the J marker, so you ain't a Hebrew. Somebody from Africa proper could have migrated easily to the Middle East. You got plenty of Egyptian artifacts in the Middle East. A lot. You got more Egyptian artifacts than the Hebrews themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, yo. If you don't got the, so a nigga take a DNA test, don't got the J, you're not a Hebrew. Man, of course, you had African people that migrated over there and got some of that, yo, and say, yo, I like it over here, I'ma chill, yo. Of course, yo. Human beings, what make us Homo sapiens sapien is our ability to move and travel. We talk about having certain genes, right? Certain genes lend towards moving, right? We call you hunter-gatherers, right? Sosa tell you, nigga is following the big game, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm traveling, baby. I'm moving, baby. Oh shit, this shit getting, the water is leaving, I'm out. Oh man, the nigga says some green over there, I'm going to the green. I'm going. Yeah, niggas follow the animals in the herd. Yo, grass grow, the herd go. The cattle go. And we're gonna follow that because we eating that. Simple, yo. We omnivores. Omnivores follow the herbivores. No, omnivores follow the carnivores. Carnivores follow the herbivores. Herbivores follow the plants and vegetation, yo. That's how we eat to get our substance. Where you at though, Social, want to say something? Because Chef done disappeared. I know he gone.
Oh, Chef done slid up. Nah. I see you was rocking. I ain't, like I said, Corey went in. I was, you know what I mean? Like I said, I wasn't privy to y'all back and forth before. So that's the first time I really heard Corey's side of, really give a strong stance of where he was on the subject matter.
Yeah, he's supposed to have a strong stance, yo, till I come put that book on his head. Supposed to. Shit.
Yeah, tell you, the backlash has always been, like I said, what happened is we got some bad information. it got romanticized to death. And
supposed to go, yo.
But it got crazy. You know what I'm saying? But where the real information come out, then it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes the truth ain't sexy. Yo, we don't want the truth. We romanticize that shit like the Romans and the Greeks did. Everybody do it. Don't blame us for doing the same thing everybody do. Egyptians swore they was the greatest motherfuckers on earth, and the Nubians was garbage at times. So what the hell? Nubians swore the Egyptians was garbage. The Hittites swore the Egyptians didn't win that goddamn war they fought. Swore they did war. Both sides said they won. Both sides said the other side was garbage. That's what we do. We're supposed to do that. I mean, that's natural.
In the midst of that fight, though, it was also we West African in the midst of the, you know what I mean? Because the community was heavily Kemetic influence. You know what I mean? But like the West African element, really more recent as far as the community goes. You know what I'm saying? Everything mostly was like heavily Kemetic. So I think that also led to the backlash. You know what I mean? The negativity towards Kemet. And a disconnect. You know what I mean? Then you had the Hotep, where they would start referring to Kemetic people as Hotep as a slur, and then them Hoteppers.
Yeah, your man did that, yo.
Who?
The nigga that did Hidden Colors.
Oh, he's
the pimp nigga. Nigga was the pimp. He did that.
Hoteppers.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't tripping. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, but it was just you know what I mean, it was just a crazy wave, and it really been like a battle for like. First it was like a battle West Africa. It really turned to West Africa versus Kemet. You know what I'm saying? That kind of, and I think that pushed the like separation movement. Separation from West Africa.
But man, you know that's what niggas do though, huh? After watching the Ninja, right? I mean, not the ninjas, but the whatchamacallit?
Samurai Jones.
Yeah, we know. That's when you getting it in. Yep, they was all something different. They was ninjas, they was samurai, but then that you always got the samurai leading the way. Got the ninjas. What else you got? You got the Shaolin, right?
Yeah, Buddhist.
Shaolin. Yep. You got, I mean, it was all that, all different colors, yo. That shit was a great documentary. I suggest you watch that shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of with the Wuja explanation on the situation. I'm gonna take closer affinity to, you know, quote unquote sub-Saharan African, for a better term, in the upper region, which would be like closer towards sub-Saharan, and then more affinity towards Mediterranean in the lower.
What did Wuja say?
That's kind of how he posed it.
What did he say?
Because he was like closer affinity towards the area that's near the sub-Saharan, naturally, because they're close proximity, and then the other region will have more affinity towards the Middle Eastern.
I know, but what's wrong with that? They ain't know they was in the middle. Nobody knew they was in the Middle East.
Yeah, I'm just saying to that genetic, that, you know what I mean, that genetic influence.
Yeah, but right, but genetics don't determine the race. We'll fuck that up all the way. It don't. Yo, so you saying we're not a white boy? No, I'm saying that culturally speaking, that's the gap between you and white people, not the human genetic element, what you think it is. It's the culture that make you different from them, right? It's your identifying, and that's the conversation we arguing over what they believe. So Sean and be trying to, you know, make sure that we get the signal. You know what I'm saying? Like the African, you know, does the African mindset, you know what I mean? They really saying, yo, are you influenced by African cultural ideas and practices? That's what they be saying. I be saying, yeah, but not the Stone Age shit, because I'm good. I want to be influenced by Black people in the space age now. Because I got it. I understand the history and how it went. And I understand cultures that are modeled after environments. Not after people, yo. That's a mistake. If you model yourself after the Egyptians, you're gonna get beat. Egyptians couldn't make it. You can take 10 of us, yo, we could wipe out a whole army. Right now, we take our tools, right? Right now. 1, 2, it's 5 of us, yo. Let me go ahead and get the Gatling gun. Let me get the M80. Let me get that. You bring what you gonna get, yo. We'll wipe them out a whole joint, yo. And while we at it, I want the car with armor on it. That way I don't catch no arrows. Yeah, we're running. I ain't even saying take a tank. I want to have fun. I don't want the tank. I want the 50 cal on the joint with the turret, right? I only want the tank because there ain't no fun. I blow the whole thing up with one blow. I don't want that. We take our arms, yo, and we do. We're man, look, yo, we'll wipe out a whole Egyptian army, yo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Suchek said J.A. Rogers have you thinking you related to everybody.
No, J.A. Rogers was dope though, y'all. He was dope though. He was kind of dope.
Yeah, I thought, like that's what I'm saying. I was heavily influenced coming up. Like, I mean, it ain't no way around it. Like, you know what I mean? It just got, it hurt feelings to find, what I mean, when some of them got beat up later on. Like we was talking earlier, I don't know if you heard, that was saying like, like for me, John Henry Clark.
I heard you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he wasn't no more solid than John Jackson. Shit.
You think he was the most solid than John Jackson?
I mean, they was all in the same shit. It was all coming out the same school. Remember, John Jackson taught.
Yeah, I ain't gonna knock John Jackson.
No, I'm just saying that was a teacher though. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know what she taught him.
Yeah, John Jackson was your man teacher.
Yeah, John Henry Clark, when he gave them lectures, and while he gave them lectures, he gave the source. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Reed, he's a racist white boy, but his chronology is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. You feel me? Like, he'll source everything. He'll tell you, he was a bigot, but when he spoke truly, when it comes, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's my guy. He was solid.
So let me read this. UNESCO Digital Library, NUES doc. I'll put this in the chat. It's UNESCO Digital Library, y'all. Yeah, man, read the sources, man. All right, let's see. That video was that, man. Shout out to the chat. I ain't even looked in the chat, yo. Where that motherfucker? Got there, yo. Damn, we supposed to be talking about the cars.
Share the show, like the show, man. Subscribe. We over 1,000 yet? Yeah, we still up under 1,000.
Yeah, yo, why we don't got 1,000 subscribers, yo?
Yeah, man. Share the show, like the show, man. Subscribe, man. Y'all get us over 1,000, man. We're trying to be over 1,000 by next week. We got to be over 1,000. Man. We need 41 new subscribers by next week at least.
Yeah, yo, he got a doc right here, yo. Why we supposed to be talking about the cosmos? How y'all get off on other shit?
Oh. Yeah, they were just chopping it up earlier. They ain't even touch the cosmos that much, really.
What documentary they said I was talking about? What documentary I was talking about?
What?
I said something about a documentary.
Oh no, they talking about you talking about the age of the samurai on Netflix.
Yeah, the Age of the Samurai. Yeah, that's it. And then you'll know how whenever they stop us from fighting, yo, they fucking our shit up. You gotta let Africa get it in, yo. You gotta let the best tribe come out winning, yo. You gotta let somebody build an empire. You can't build an empire without killing each other, yo. I'm just gonna say it. It's not, you can't do it. No African empire was not built out of killing each other, yo. It's just that it is what it is. Let them get it in. And the fact that they keep intervening into the situation, yo, it don't allow us to grow. And they know it. If you just left us to our own, right? At the end of the day, yo, those who best adapt to the situation gonna come about of it, yo. And I don't think that's morally possible anymore. So that ain't happening. So it ain't happening. We had to find another way to build an empire.
Yeah,
Nobody gonna sit around and get sick, huh?
Yeah, too many entities got other, you know what I mean, got interests involved for you to just be trying to wipe. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna cut into France, England, like
Yeah, that ain't going down. That's the crazy impossibility right there.
yeah, Africa would have to free itself and then do that shit. Yeah. Hey, you ever watch on Netflix How to Become a Dictator?
Mm-mm.
That shit good, man. That shit good. They got like, they talk about Idi Amin, they talk about Gaddafi, Hitler. They get a playbook, like how they start out, you know what I'm saying? How to suppress the people, you know what I'm saying? Like misinformation, like they get a whole playbook. It's dope. It's dope. You know, I definitely suggest checking that out. I ain't know they were talking about Gaddafi and like he made marriage to like legal for like 7-year-olds and shit. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then you know how like everybody be like, yeah, Gaddafi got the girl guard and shit. Like a lot of them girls be like girls he would go to a different place, check your head, right? And basically would snatch them, bro. Like you feel me? Like he like them girls was like he raped some of them. Like it wasn't like it wasn't what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like shit was crazy.
Let me read this real quick. The decipherment, the symposium on the peopling of ancient Egypt and the decipherment of the Meretic script. It says the members of the international scientific community thought it necessary to convene a symposium on the peopling of ancient Egypt to bring together a number of specialists of world repute from different countries. The purpose of this was to review knowledge at the present available about the ethnic origins and the anthropological relationships of populations and about the cultural ties between Egypt and the rest of Africa. Providing rigorous scientific supporting evidence, the approach the question put before them calmly and with an unwavering regard for scientific truth, and to adopt the genuality scientific attitude of open-minded inquiries prepared to countenance the possibilities of having been wrong or simply uncertain of the facts. The symposium elected the following officers: Dr. Mukhtar Egypt, Chairman; Professor Théophile Banga, the Congo, Vice President; Jean Devuz, Rapport. All right? That's where you hear your man Théophile Banga, Professor. Don't disrespect him. He's at the Cairo Symposium. Anybody at the Cairo Symposium, yo, you can't call him pseudo and disrespect him, yo. Then I just know you're a nut at that point. I know you just don't care. You just, fuck it. Yeah, I know you ain't reading. So I want to go to this close, this part. Hey, where you at? Let me see, hold on. Negro type, the observation and diversity of Black race. Let me see, I don't want to read this because they use the word Negro and all that shit. Yeah, I think y'all should read that though, but I'm gonna settle down. Hold on, I don't want to introduce the Negro shit they was thinking. There's Negro types of Egypt. I don't even want to hit y'all with that. I don't even want to start that shit.
Who was that? Who was that speaking? Diaz speaking like that back in the...
No. That's Pierre Jean. Remember the one I just mentioned? The chairman? Right? I don't want to read that. Nope, I don't want to give it away. I'm gonna let y'all play. See, y'all think it was just one type of motherfucker. It never was just one nothing. No way, ain't no. Y'all know it ain't one nothing. It wasn't kid, was a whole bunch of light-skinned, Arab-looking, wouldn't matter, would it? How you not African 90,000 years, yo? What more it take? How long you got, hey, yo, how long you got to be in Africa before you Africa, yo? Africa, yo. How many mutations you got to have, yo? I'm talking to you, seriously.
Nah,
For you, just for you.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think the beef is a relationship. I think they, the idea is that the relationship that the quote unquote North Africans have with the West Africans is not necessarily one of friendship, so to speak.
Suppose they never talked to him. What that got to do with the situation?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I accept the base of the African job, but I think that's the contention. Like, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they ain't us. That's the main argument. Like they ain't us.
Oh,
they African.
Okay.
They African, but they ain't us.
And a samurai ain't a ninja, and they'll kill each other, eh? Yeah, yo, but they was on the same oh shit, huh? They on the same continent. Oh, see, like how we gonna do it? That's all I wanna know, how we really wanna do it. You know what we saying, huh? We saying that they got different genetic markers, that the Paleo-Indo-European was there. So, I mean, until I break out that Paleo-European in West Africa has been in there, then what? Then what y'all gonna do? How about that, Sosa? How about I did that?
I ain't seen it yet. I never heard you talk about it.
I
ain't seen it.
Yeah, some of them used to get me with some shit like that. Never heard it. Like, damn, yo. That's Wu Jia specialty, yo. Yeah, fuck up, don't have that literature review together, yo. They catch you out there slipping.
Yeah, I ain't even look into that.
Right.
I'm gonna let y'all have the Egypt argument. Yeah.
Like, it ain't even an Egypt argument, yo. Like, how's it an argument? They in Africa, yo. 90,000 years, and everybody just arguing this shit. No, they was there for 90,000 years. And to say, but after that, I'm good. You had 90,000. I'm good, yo. I'm good with that.
But it's kind of like, and I know Sutek, so you consider the Berbers African, right?
Man, how is they not African? Yo, they got a homegrown African marker.
I'm saying you claim the Berbers too, right?
I'm not claiming them. Yo, they got homegrown. I don't want to claim nobody. What you want me to do?
No, I'm just saying, like, what else you gotta accept that too. So that's us too, though. Like, all that's ours, right?
It's whoever want to claim this shit at the end of the day. Shit, if you say niggas came from,
like, you ain't
but if some of them, listen, yo, if some of them came in from the Levant, then the Levantian people can claim their ancestors. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what you want me to do, dog? Like, what
I'm saying, like, Sutek don't consider the Berbers African, because he said that, and he talking in terms of culture. Like, culturally, he said they're not African. So he'll eliminate the Berbers. Forget the fact that they're on the continent, that's irrelevant. Culture, sure.
He say forget about the what?
Forget about the fact that they're on the continent, they've been there. He said culturally they're not African. You see what I'm saying? So he won't.
So they culturally what then? They've been in Africa for 90,000 years, yo. 90,000 years, yo.
What
culture do they have but that, yo?
Nah, Shauna made the argument too, though. Shauna made the same argument, bro. Like, nah. They don't accept the Berb like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so.
Oh, which Berbers, yo? Which ones, yo?
No, but I'm just saying. So the fact that they're on the continent is irrelevant to the conversation for them. You feel me?
Yeah, but okay, but not for me.
Yeah.
Anywhere 90,000 years, I wouldn't care how you act. Wouldn't care how many black people you killed, or green people you killed, or lighter than you people you killed. I mean, come on, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. I'm just saying like this, just so many dynamics. Everybody got different ways they look at it, different ways they accept it.
You got Burbage,
Some
yo.
go culture, some go locale. I mean,
I think we think that because you lived on the continent of Africa, you was friendly to niggas that lived on the continent of Africa. They didn't even know it was a continent, yo. How about that, yo? Has anybody thought about that?
Yeah, niggas doing what they do.
Yeah, y'all got some time up, yo. This document about 80, 100 something pages. I'm trying to come to the close out on it, yo. It was a good ass, yo. This is a good ass read right here, yo. Yeah, you know Diopson was hitting him with the black algae all the way.
Oh, yeah, it was that's back in Kemet Blackland days.
And this is where you look, Professor Obanga inferred from these comparisons that it would be possible in the future to identify Negro Egyptian language. Yeah, to the Indo-European in the context and in view of the undeniable common cultural background of all these languages. There was a sound basis for the development of future studies. Hold on, let me. General discussion. Here we go. Here we go. Here y'all go. It said the general discussion made it clear that a number of the participants in varying degrees thought it desirable in the present state of knowledge to undertake a microanalysis, embracing the history of ancient Egypt as a whole, or in some case, the entire continent of Africa. Certain other participants, on the other hand, thought that it would be wiser to take geographical microanalysis very much further on a disciplinary or interdisciplinary basis. See, they was talking on interdisciplinary basis. Then it goes on to say, the discussion on this point was opened by Professor Chikante Diop since the Upper Paleolithic period and the eternal homogeneity of the human race had gradually declined. The population of Egypt was neither more nor less homogeneous than the population of other parts of the world. But that ain't what I want to read. Damn, I don't want to fuck with Diop. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, because he attacked them at the Nile. He was like, yo, the first Homo sapiens is in East Africa, yo, and they on the Nile. Yo, you know, he was arguing with him about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yo, and they was like, you know, how would you know that? How you know that the first people on the Nile at 190,000 years was black? He was like, because of the first Homo sapiens was black. So I just want you to know at that time period, yo, he had to fight that point too. None of y'all will fight that point now, right?
Yeah, the science wasn't out back. Yeah, the science wasn't out back then.
Yeah, it was. Charles Darwin already hit it. This is 1974, dog. But they ain't think he's gonna bring that, yo.
How were they able to reject that then? Why would they even reject?
Man, you gotta read it, yo. They was getting it in, yo. He was beating them up. He was like, yo, so all of a sudden, all the black people on the Nile left, yo, this shit was funny, yo. How? Damn, yo, hold on, I'm gonna get the part again. Yeah? Yeah, look, I can get my books. I could just grab the book and pull up the back and let motherfucker get y'all niggas in there. Professor Diop. Yeah, then they was smacking Diop around. It was a heavyweight fight, yo.
Yeah, I wish they had made a video.
All right, here you go. Page 102 of the document. I put it in the chat. General conclusion. Y'all ready? You ready?
Go ahead.
Although the preparatory working paper, and say see Appendix 3, page 135, sent out by UNESCO, gave participants of what was desired. So they say, yo, this is shit we're gonna need, right? When the scientists, right, come from around the world And the professors, we're gonna need y'all to bring this, all right? Sent out by UNESCO gave participants of what was desired. Not all participants had prepared communications comparable with the painstaking research contributions. Oh, let me wait. Not all participants had prepared communications comparable with the painstaking research and contributions of, watch this, Professor Shikanti Diop and Obanga. There was consequently a real lack of balance in the discussion. So what is that saying, Sosa?
Yeah. But I mean, the conversation was one-sided.
Let me read it again.
But on whose behalf, though?
Let me read it again. Hold on. Watch this. Read it again. Why would they call out two dudes, yo, out of everybody? Yo, think about what I'm saying. They wasn't the only one arguing for black. They say, although the preparatory working paper, preparatory working papers sent out by UNESCO gave participants of what was desired. Not all participants had prepared communications comparable with the painstaking research contributions of Professor Shikanti Diop and Obanga. There was consequently a lack of balance in the discussion. Watch this. Nevertheless, for a number of reasons, the discussions were very constructive. In many cases, they clearly showed the importance of exchanging new scientific information. Goes on to say they brought home to almost all the participants the shortcomings of the methodological criteria, which had heretofore been used in research. They drew attention to examples of new methodological approaches on the basis of which the question before the symposium could be studied in a more scientific manner. This first meeting should, in any case, be regarded as providing a basis for further international and interdisciplinary discussion and as a starting point for further research, which were clearly shown to be necessary. The large number of recommendations and the reflection of the desire of the symposium to suggest a further program of research, the symposium also embodied specialists who had never previously had the opportunity of comparing or contrasting their points of view to discover other approaches to the problem, other sources of information and other lines of research than those to which they were accustomed. Man, check this out, man. From this point of view, the symposium undoubtedly proved constructive. Come on, man. So they couldn't even deal with these men. So it was Walter Rodney, Shikanti Diop, Theophile Banga, and 100 other motherfuckers, right? Yeah. 1/3 of them was black people, but these dudes brought that heat. I ain't saying all the heat was accepted. I never said that. What I'm saying is, they went over the scientific community of 1974 on this question right here. This shows the African genius at work. We gotta tell the truth. Did they win? It wasn't a win. It wasn't that. It made the white boys say, oh shit, these niggas got some shit we never thought about. But wait a minute. Before 1974, y'all was making determinations of what Egypt was. And you mean to tell me you wasn't looking at all that? This is what the symposium brought out. And this is what we should have been teaching, dog. Right here, yo. Right here, yo. Simple as that. I ain't gonna finish. I'm gonna let y'all finish reading that part. They started talking about all that shit they should have brought. And they did. Right. And I want to see the general conclusion, what they came up with. Because it wasn't what everybody thought it was. You know how motherfuckers start lying? Yeah, they won. Nah, nope. Oh, they was black. Nope, they ain't say that. They ain't say that. Don't they be trying to say that, Sosa?
Yeah. So what points did they?
Oh,
I know they lost on the Kemet was a black land, right?
Huh?
Did they discuss the place named Kemet?
Yeah, it got beat up.
They beat up on it.
Got beat up.
Could D-Up read the Metadata?
All the way up. I don't know. You got to ask Sean and them. I don't know, but I know they got beat up on that point.
Hey, I remember reading that shit. I was sold on that. I was like,
yeah, he got beat up.
man, the way when you read Diop, yo, when you read his book, you like, yo, how could they think of anything but like Diop was a good writer, bro. He was a good writer.
Yeah, he got him in. Yeah, he was like, y'all tripping.
Yeah, he had some good points that he brought home.
Right, he had some better than good points, Joe. And then he had some whacked out shit, but it wasn't whacked out. But you know what, I get my point. Right, so I don't know how matter of fact, the shit he had, the point was so good, I'm gonna show you they still using it. Watch this. Why everybody wanna talk that talk? Watch this.
Because for me coming up, you know, I used to think like, you know, because he was always like, Egypt was not only African, nigga, like he just stressed like black African, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he lost it.
Don't you think it's a whole bunch of light-skinned niggas just running up there, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a drive home, like, nah. But he's a drive home. Ancient, the older societies were more sub-Saharan.
Yeah, we know based off where they live at, that don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't know that.
Back then, that shit sound good, dog. Like,
yeah, it sound good, but we ain't know no better. All right, watch this. The Egyptian race is right here, yo. Look, watch this, yo. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. All right, boom. We're gonna see the position. All right, let me share the screen on here. Watch. Still using it today. Damn, man. Yeah, I can share my screen. All right. Y'all see the screen?
yeah, sure, man.
Here you go. On the Wikipedia article, the position of modern scholarship. Do you respect that, Sosa? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm rocking with it.
Are we sure?
Yeah, y'all rocking with it. You know, I ain't got no
All right. This is what everybody be you. Everybody Wikipedia twinkle fingers. Everybody Wikipedia twinkle fingers, right? Here we go. Modern scholars who have studied ancient Egyptian culture. And I'm not gonna read this whole damn thing because I'm done. Right? Y'all can read the rest and see what I'm saying. Modern scholars who have studied ancient Egyptian culture, right, and popular history have responded to the controversy over the race of the ancient Egyptian in different ways. This is what I want to bring attention to. I just read it, the Cairo Symposium. At the UNESCO Symposium on the People of Ancient Egypt and the Decipherment of the Metic Script. God damn, man. In Cairo in 1974, the Black hypothesis met with profound disagreement by scholars. What did it say, Sosa? What happened?
I got to push it up on the screen so I can see it.
You can't see?
1974 Black hypothesis. That's what you had?
Yeah, it was met with what?
Black hypothesis was met with profound disagreement.
Okay, there you go. All right. Similar, none of the participants voiced support for the early theory. What was the early theory, yo? What was the early theory? Can you see it?
Better. Yeah, I got it.
What's that?
Man, none of the participants voiced support for an earlier theory where Egyptians were white with a dark, even black pigmentation.
So what was they trying to act like they was in 1974, yo? What was the other theory, yo? They was what?
Some tan white folks with a black pigmentation.
All right, so okay. So why is we back on this again? See, why is we back on this? Now watch this. The arguments for all sides are recorded in the UNESCO publication. I gave it to y'all. The General History of Africa. It say, with the origin of the Egyptian chapter being written by the proponent of the Black hypothesis, Cheikh Diop, at the 1974 UNESCO conference. Most participants, now watch this, most participants concluded. Go ahead, finish reading that, yo. What they conclude?
Concluded that the ancient Egyptian population was indigenous to the Nile Valley and was made up of people from north and south of the Sahara who were differentiated by their color.
That's it. And we can just leave it at that. Simple as that. I mean, what more y'all want to do, yo? This shit is like, what's the conversation, yo? What's the joke? What more we want, yo? Like, what more do you want, yo?
Corey say they just taking it easy on y'all niggas, huh? They just don't want to hurt y'all feelings. Corey would say they just taking it easy on you. They don't want to hurt the blackologist feelings, so they're breaking it.
But they ain't gonna hurt the blackologist feelings. It's right there on what they said they were. They was neither black nor white. Let it go. Like, what more you want to say? They was indigenous Egypt. They was indigenous to the Nile Valley, yo. Like, what more? Like, why we gotta do it, yo? Why we cuss? Why we homeless? Why niggas want to get cussed out, dog?
It's a lack of scientific literacy, like you said.
Come on, man, don't dive in here like that. Relax. Come on, yo.
Hell yeah.
You come in here.
I heard that.
You with a good brother.
Barely come on the top rope. God.
Yeah, come rolling this shit, man.
Elbow like God.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Right, stop. Knock it off. Knock it off. Yeah, we dropped that link in there, though. Yeah.
No, I was just saying this is a misunderstanding of scientific literacy. It's just a lack of scientific literacy, like you were saying. That's all I was saying. Like, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, man, and I learned so much from you just dealing with the science. And I don't think a lot of Hebrews can accept that. I know they watch your channel, but they just don't want to say, yeah, I learned this from and they'll come on your channel and spew the stuff at you that they learned from you. Like, this, I seen it. I witnessed this, bro. On Paru, I witnessed this, bro. So, you know, I just want to say it's just a lack of scientific literacy. That's all. You get what I'm saying? And you try to push that. And no matter whether you're dealing with the atheist side, no matter what, you try to push the information to our people. Okay, you can have your religion. Believe in that. Deal with that. But don't negate science. I think that's all you've been saying to the religious community for the past, I don't know how long. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't care what you believe in, yo. Just don't try to overturn science with it, yo. Just have your belief, yo. Yeah, let it go, yo.
Definitely don't try to do it on YouTube. You need to do that shit in writing and in the lab somewhere. You ain't for the goddamn overturn evolution and the goddamn on Sonetta and shit. You feel me?
No, you can't overturn nothing.
Cuban, yo. Was Cuban there, yo?
In chat?
Yeah, I won't apologize to him. I was wrong.
But you know, you can't overturn nothing, man. You know,
yeah, I apologize. But I'm saying y'all can't be, I don't want to hear nothing about no crazy ass niggas, man. Y'all gotta know, yo, like some niggas just crazy, yo. Like, I don't operate like that, yo.
Yeah, he probably don't know the
yeah, we can talk shit, yo, but I'm saying I can't literally cuss out Wu-Jai and then say, Wu-Jai, let's have a debate. Wu-Jai say, yeah, let's do it. Then I don't show up. And then when I do show up, the next week and then cuss him out again, yo. At what point, yo? Yeah, it's just a conversation, yo. Like, come on, yo. So I'm saying, yo, but anyway, man, I want to find where you at, Chef? Chef disappeared, yo.
Chef,
shout out to the moderator.
Chef right there. Probably just walked away for a second, but he right there.
Let me see something, man. I'm gonna show y'all something, yo.
Right on.
We supposed to be talking about the cosmos.
When is Corey and Pastor Bennett gonna have that discussion, man, so we can advertise that, man? Do it right here on Studio Killers, man. So we can start having our own little sit downs, our one-on-ones over here. You feel me?
Hey, you know Pastor Bennett is a joke. This dude is a joke. Nile Valley Hebrew himself said it. Pastor Bennett is a full-blooded joke. I like the brother. He's got passion, but the brother's a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? He scream and holler to get you to feel his point. That's just like an opera singer. You be like, oh, when she hit the high note, like, oh my God. You know, when the opera singer hit the high note. Hold on.
What you got against Pastor Bennett now, what you got?
You say what, King? Say that again.
What you got against Pastor Bennett? What's your contention with his argument?
Nah.
Because I know he be going at Hebrews.
Yeah, my contention with Pastor Bennett is Pastor Bennett do like the opera singer. You know, when you go to an opera and when the opera singer hit that high note, she go, oh, everybody be like, oh, that's what he do when he preach. It seems very enticing. You get what I'm saying? His philosophy very enticing. But when you dig into the nooks and crannies of what he's saying, it's no foundation behind it.
In terms of what? Going at the Hebrew Israelite? Like what?
In terms of Jesus being born of a mama who ain't never had no man. In terms of the Bible is for everybody outside of the people and the patriot God that gave it to these people. That's just like saying Buddha's for everybody, Krishna or whatever. Like these people, they take a cultural people's practices and then say this is for everybody on the planet. Why they do that only with this culture? You got many different cultures from the west to the east to the north to the south. Do y'all find it problematic that they take this one culture of these people and say it's for everybody when they don't do that with no other culture on the planet? You get what I'm saying? And this is his problem. He can't understand that the biblical text is written for a people and to a people, not for everyone on the planet Earth. And
hold on. So as a Hebrew, you think it's right because you support it, right? You read the Bible, right? Like you think it's more just for you and Israelites, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's your contention.
But what I'm saying is this: the salvation part is for Israel. Now we're supposed to give that wisdom and be a light to the rest of the world. Now that's a fact. But the salvation starts with us. Everything starts with us. We are the chosen. Everything else is not even equated to a drop that fall out of vessel.
Should debate that. We got to set some up on this channel, man. We're putting Nile Valley Hebrew versus Pastor Bennett on there.
Nobody want to smoke with it. That's not what they want, man. Because I'm multi. What you would say? His story. I'm about to pick up a word for this. This so good.
I never seen you in the ring, but I mean.
Where's Garfield?
I ain't gonna go that deep into it. I ain't gonna go that deep into it because I'm trying to build something else up now.
Ask Garfield. Me and Garfield are debated about 7-8 times. We got a live debate on YouTube right now. The Nile Valley Hebrew versus Garfield. You can find that. It's on YouTube right now. That's all you got to type up. We got a debate on the Igbo. We got a debate on that. I've been debating, bro. I've been around for 7-8 years. Y'all just not knowing me. You get what I'm saying? I have my own channel. I was inviting all the Nile Valleys.
So you're saying
I've been around for a while.
I'm saying so you're saying the Israelite community, they accept that Jesus had a natural mother and a father. Nobody, they don't accept the miracle birth.
No, I'm not saying the Israelite community. I'm saying every Israelite that I know of, every camp, everyone that I know of that deal with that Bible and call themselves an Israelite, they don't accept the birth. That's Christianity that accept the virgin birth. You get what I'm saying? Christianity, because we believe when it says in the Bible, Christ was born of the seed of David.
I can't do it.
We deal with sperm.
I can't do it. I can't.
I got you, but I just want to answer this question. That's all.
I got you. I can't, yo. You start feeling yourself, yo.
No, we ain't gonna ball into that. I just want to answer this question. I got you.
Good God Almighty. I was waiting for Garfield voice to come out of nowhere. Hey, little family, Jesus Christ is real. I was waiting for that. I was like, oh shit, what I'm doing?
Well, let me ask you something about these nanoparticles in this vaccine that these people seem to be really having an uproar over. what's with the nanoparticles in the vaccine that they seem to be at odds with? And I heard another brother talk about the oils and the fats that's part of the ingredients in the vaccine. Where do these oils and fats come from? And you deal with the nanoparticle part first, and then the oils and fats, and if they beneficial to our biological systems. Go ahead, God.
All right. The title of my book gonna be "The People of the Green Sahara and the Last Glacial Maximus: How African developed civilizations from the Sahara to the Nile Valley." All right. First chapter gonna be chapter 1, the origin of Homo sapiens. And I'm gonna start the chapter off with, as of now, Africa is the birthplace of humanity and the crucible of culture. The first 3.5 million years of human history. Second chapter gonna be scientific racism and the beginning of Egyptology. So I'm gonna talk about scientific racism. I'm gonna talk about the individuals. I'm gonna talk about Charles Darwin. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically giving y'all what I give y'all. All right, with all the sources, documentation. Chapter 3, rock art tells the story of early African cultures. I'm gonna detail that. It's a lot of shit y'all don't know. There's a lot of up-to-date new things that we're not talking about. I've been working on rock art for at least the last 10 years. I've been working in South Africa, not literally, but that's what my studies is, yo. Check the record, yo. Because I ain't want to get into the whole Egyptian shit, but I knew niggas was going to get slick and I was going to have to get them. So I've been in the Sahara and I've been in South Africa and I've been fucking with the rock art. Check the Blog Talk shows, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Now, chapter 4, the cattle cult and the religion that came out of the desert. So the religion came out of the desert. It didn't come out of Mesopotamia or Sumer or the Levant like people talk that shit, dude. It didn't. You ain't gonna be able to get around it. Chapter 5, DNA of the Africans mixing in the Sahara. Okay? This chapter will begin with the discussion of peopling of different ethnic groups in the Green Sahara. We're gonna talk about that. Chapter 6, Stone Age technology, pottery in the Sahara. We're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be good. Chapter 7, African languages form the culture of communication. Chapter 8, the Sahara turns to desert for the last time. Chapter 9, Nile Valley River, a gift of the Sahara. I'm gonna say it again. Nile Valley River is a gift of the Sahara. Nile Valley cultures is the gift of the Sahara. Not the Levant, right? Not none of this shit niggas been talking about. They was wrong. Now we got the scientific data to prove that. See, I ain't gonna talk the talk, yo, because after a minute, you just be talking. You know what I'm saying? And niggas just be talking and they just be making videos, but they can't make it stick. We don't believe you. All right?
It seems to me you're dealing with the historical method.
So I'm gonna have about 15 chapters in the joint. It's gonna be about close to 250, 200 pages. I think that'll keep it palatable for everybody to want to read. I'm gonna have about maybe 15 pages a chapter, right? So that's what it's gonna be. All right, just want to give you all a little something, man. We ain't playing around here, man. We ain't just talking shit. I'm gonna cut you out then write a book, yo.
That's
it is what it is.
That's beautiful, Unc. And it seems like when you went through the certain chapters, it seems like you're actually dealing with the subject matters, the archaeology, the anthropology. And I heard a little bit of oral tradition sprinkled in there. And I'm gonna tell you what differentiates your book from a lot of these certain modern Bible bangers. You get what I'm saying? That might write a book that pinpoint or attack a certain ideology, perspective, religion, or concept or way of life. Your book is not dealing with that. Your book is actually dealing with the historical accuracy of certain events that's documented over time. And then what you're doing is you're placing a marker on these events and saying, wait a minute, we have to look at them with a fine tooth. We have to go through them with a fine tooth comb and not just make broad conclusions about one specific event, but we have to look at the contemporary evidence. We have to look at the science. We have to look at the contemporaries. I mean, we have to look at the methodologies that we're using, and we have to conclude based on those methodologies what we're trying to express to the public. So bro, your book, whenever you put this out, this is going to be amazing. And I can't wait, because the way your book is structured and the way you read those chapters off, it sounds like straight scholastic work. So I can't wait to get into it, because it don't sound like you're banging. It just like sound like you're bringing information.
I bang for what? All I gotta do is just make my people understand Africa, yo. And you know, everybody know me, man. They know I've been studying evolution. They know I study rock art, and they know I study archaeology, yo. I just be having fun chilling, but when nigga talk too much shit, then I get dead serious. No, yo, I keep a stash of guns, yo.
Yes, and I can verify that, because I've learned stuff from you, and as a Hebrew, I'm one of the best.
Yeah, that's just crazy, yo. Like my whole thing was that when I dealt with the Hebrews, it was always about the archaeology, yo. Like you know what I'm saying? And once you lay down the archaeology of it, and you know where they come from, know their origin, we don't gotta talk about it. I ain't gonna keep arguing you shit.
I'm gonna tell you why certain Hebrews are afraid to go to this level with you.
Why do you talk over people so much?
No, I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to tell you why certain Hebrews are afraid to go to this level.
Because they fuck with their little religion.
Because they're in the Bible. Yeah. See, they don't deal with anthropology, geography. They don't deal with archaeology. What they deal with is everything perspective, from a cultural perspective. So everything they're coming with, or their ideas, is never objective. It's always, you know what I'm saying, subjective. So when you present a new idea to a Hebrew that's alien to him outside of his indoctrination, then he doesn't want to explore that, because he might find certain information that might rattle his current faith, the current belief. So that's just a denial of science. That's all that is. But if you look at the most prestigious Christians, even Christian scientists, they believe in the concept of some type of evolutionary process. You get what I'm saying? They believe in a degree of science, and they go into it without presuppositions or speculations. You have actual scholars and scientists that go into the field and approach it from an objective standpoint. But most Hebrews don't like to sit with you, because they don't like to deal with you from this standpoint, because their leaders like General Hanna ain't trained them. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, Uncle. You're gonna sound right. Remember Tazari, I told that little African boy. Hold on, remember that little African boy, Tazari, I told you couldn't eat, Remember that little African boy, Tazari, I told he couldn't eat? Remember him?
I don't know, I'm talking about that.
That he said he couldn't. Now look, now Tazariak is teaching that Africans is in Ghana. But the little boy said, I'm from Ghana. Tazariak said, no, you can't come to our picnic. But now he's teaching that Israelites are in Ghana. Why didn't you question whether that little boy was an Israelite or not, instead of saying, this is how you know they're upgrading their teachings privately, but they're not presenting them to the public? And you got to catch that. Wait a minute, General Hanna, so if this is your teacher, he has you thinking this little African boy that says he's from Ghana, he can't eat in your picnic because he's from Ghana. And your philosophy is that he's African, a Hamite. So now your philosophy has switched to, well, there are Israelites in Ghana. Now, you see how it works? So who is General Hanna for real? Like, your ideology is changing, but y'all not letting this be known in the public. Y'all still holding this man up as this and that, but secretly y'all change your ideology, but y'all just don't want to lose your rank among the public. So a lot of this is why
you want to rant now, Valley. You want to rant, baby.
I know, yo, relax, yo.
Go ahead.
You ran it out, yo. I don't even know what the hell you was talking about, yo. What was
Tazariak and the African.
I don't want to talk about this. We went from yeah, we went from
we in Omo Valley, baby. Bloomberg, we the Bloomberg cave, man. Looking at rock art, shit, man.
Yo, we in Bloom.
We in Bloom, huh?
Looking at rock art, man. You talking about?
We was.
I was just telling Uncle about his good book, and then I had to trash it.
We was in the Sahara, yo.
Yeah, about your book. We talking about your book. We talking about your book,
Yeah, yo, look, man, if you get UNESCO shit, right? Y'all ain't getting past this fire, yo. If you get UNESCO book, let me see. I always, I could read some shit and actually got the book. I just want y'all to know that. Yeah, I mean, I get offline. And the book is, this is The General History of Africa, Volume 2, Ancient Civilizations of Africa, yo. Oh, man. So let's see what they talking about in here, yo. This ain't no blackology shit. This ain't none of that, yo. And what they talking about? Let's see, this present volume of A General History of Africa deals with that long period of continent's history, extending from the end of the Neolithic era, Stone Age, that is from around the 8th millennium before the Christian era to the beginning of the 7th century of the Christian era. That period, which covers some of 9,000 years of African history, has been roughly subdivided into 4 major geographical zones. 1, the corridor of the Nile, Egypt and Nubia, chapter 1 through 12. Chapter 2, Ethiopia, the highlands of 13 through 16. That part of Africa, often later called the Maghreb, and its Saharan highlands, chapter 17 through 20. The rest of Africa, including African islands and the Indian Ocean, chapter 21 through 29, yo. So why in the fuck, how in the hell, right? They start off with introduction, Egypt, geographical position, right? They get into all that. They get into certain Egyptian pharaoh texts. They start talking about the Palmetto Stone, Oxford University, the source of the history of Nile Valley and antiquity, yo. Like why? Like it's in the book, yo. And we so crazy right now. We'll sit up here and talk about Egypt, like chapter 1, origin of ancient Egyptians. This is in chapter 1, yo. Like I'm thinking, like why people ain't reading, yo. What is hold on? Yeah, I be just wondering, like why people ain't reading. Like you should just read. It's chapter 1. Why they taught chapter 1 the origin of ancient Egyptians? They ain't got it in the second book. The evidence of physical anthropology on the race of the ancient Egyptians. And then you read the whole chapter, yo. This is a literature review, yo. So if I what's up, Uja?
Peace. I thought y'all was still on from earlier, but
Nah, hell no.
So y'all just been on for an hour.
No. Let's come back in. Yeah, so literature review is important. No, don't stop, man. Come on, man. No, we ain't gonna do that.
Ujah, my God. I gave him a read. Ujah, my God.
No, come on, man. Relax. Yeah, what's going on? Will you been listening to the discussion?
No, late. I mean, I'm late, so I don't know what y'all were talking about before.
No, I'm just talking about.
I heard what you just said about
you. Come on, yo. I gotta mute you out, yo. You doing too much, yo. Come on, yo. You can't dive in on every point, yo. It's crazy.
That's not me, Unc. That's not me. I didn't say that. That wasn't me, Unc.
Well, that was Sosa. All right, you good, Sosa. Yeah, we was looking at the ancient civilizations of Africa, right? And in chapter 1 is Egypt. So why is there a discussion or argument at all about that?
What about Egypt? Oh, the black story.
It's a homegrown African civilization. Period.
Oh yeah, I don't get into that at all. I've been there, done that.
You quit. You gave up.
No, I just think I think it's really setting us back to argue over whether Egyptians are black or not. I would express that.
Wow. And we're gonna close out with you. Why? Because I think I agree with you. I'd rather spend my time writing.
Yeah, because one, the black to us is a modern social construct. The people back then, they didn't have any consciousness of our modern social constructs of race, how they're set up today, and they didn't even conceive stuff like that. They had different ontology of humans, and it was based on different criteria than we have today. So to argue about them being black or not is really a setback and deflection to me, because people are not studying the genius of the people. Rather, they get into the surface stuff, shallow stuff about whether they're black or not. I mean, just let them be who they are. Let them be African, and that should be enough.
I agree with you, Joe.
I mean,
because you know they had an invisible fence, though.
What fence?
They had an invisible fence with a filter. So if you was a little dark, the shit would shock you. You had to be stuck at the now. You couldn't move.
Oh yeah. Well, but what's also people don't realize is that and I could tell by the way people talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptians were not like a homogeneous group of people. That's like in America, United States. You can't say the Americans ... and talk about anything remotely, linking to ethnicity, genetics or anything like that. So it's just a social thing that people are arguing over that did not apply in those times. It just doesn't. So to me.
So what was Corey saying about the genetic thing? That it was homogenous for the past 8.
It was a what?
Huh?
Corey was saying what?
He was saying like the data point was saying that area was homogenous for at least 8,000 years.
It was what for 8,000 years?
Homogenous.
Oh, homogeneous for 8,000 years. Now I don't know what.
Even with the invasions, I think him and Unc spoke to it. Like I ain't read the thing that they was going about because like I bow out of that conversation. I listen to y'all argue about it, but I don't get into it too much.
Well, here's the thing. Here's something everybody just needs to live with. Race is not a biological reality. So when people bring up race in a conversation and then you hear anything about DNA, they are committing an error, a grave mistake, and it's a wasted conversation.
Yep.
It's called a category.
No, don't jump in. Stop, yo. Come on, go ahead, boo.
I'm just saying, race is not there's no biological reality for race. Now, race, the usage of the word race in biology is pretty much equivalent to species. So and from that context, this is where we get there's only one race, which is the human race, and what that means is Homo sapiens sapiens. We're all one species, Homo sapiens sapiens. So that's what they mean by race in a biological context. But people are not using it that way at all. They, that's a social thing, and there's no biological reality, none whatsoever. It's real because it affects how we function day to day and in life, but it has no biological reality though. It has no basis in biology. So somebody say homogeneous, the peopling of the Nile Valley and its delta is coming from different groups of people.
Yeah, I think he was talking. It wasn't I don't think it was in terms of race. He was talking in terms of genetic makeup. That I think I'm not arguing better in terms of genetic makeup. The population at large has remained homogeneous genetically.
Well, I don't know how.
Like the people there today are the same. No argument. The people there today are the same people that's always been there. Basically, you feel.
Oh well, that data. I mean, there's been admixtures going on and things. So I mean, I don't get that. And plus, there's not enough DNA or genetic data coming from ancient times to walk away with anything definitive to say that they're homogeneous genetically.
Yeah, I think that was an article, whatever, on a journal. That statement.
Here you go.
I think what Unc pointed out, like I said, don't use information to judge the population at large.
Yeah, so you got to read it.
It's right here. Look, here you go. Look, watch this. Wu Jia is our resident teacher on Egypt. Look, this the article everybody talking about. I don't make me read it. Ancient Egyptian mummy genome suggests an increase of sub-Saharan African ancestry in post-Roman periods. I don't like the sub-Saharan shit. That's one of the racist terms appearing in scientific literature. Simple as that, dog. Like they easing that shit in. But watch this.
My guy right there, Johannes Krause on there.
Huh?
No, I said the one guy that team. That's Johannes Krause. That's my guy right there. Put in
All
work.
right, we need to stop being racist. Look, so it tell you the time period right here. It says the samples recovered from the Middle Egypt, not Middle now, but Middle Egypt, a span around 1,300 years of ancient Egyptian history from, watch this, from the New Kingdom to the Roman period. So that's where they getting it from. Anybody study the New Kingdom, Old Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Wudai can tell you the different languages, how language changed, and he can do you a solid on that. But you have to include all that in that. You can't leave that out. You can't have genetics, but then talk about the history. No expert does that. Am I right or wrong, Wudai?
Right. Where were you? I'm trying to see what is this actually saying? So it says our analysis revealed that the ancient Egyptians shared more ancestry with Near Easterners than present-day Egyptians, who received additional sub-Saharan admixture in more recent times. This analysis establishes ancient Egyptian mummies as a genetic source to study ancient human history and offers the perspective of deciphering Egypt's past at a genomic-wide level or genome-wide level. So, I mean, just based on that abstract paragraph right there, they're saying that I know you say you don't like the sub-Saharan, but they're saying that sub-Saharan genetic population did not really emerge into the isthmus of Africa, which would be Egypt, until from the New to the Roman period.
Mm-hmm. So, watch it. They're gonna give you the percentages too, but that's why the first thing I start off with was the time period they talking about, right? We always say deal with time period. I don't know why this is doing this. This is getting my damn nerves. And you gotta always deal with time periods. There's no, man, this is wild. Always time periods, always lose the clock. So we talked about the time period of the New Kingdom. That's what they're talking about, all right? So most people don't even read the whole thing. They read right there. See, I told you. So we're gonna move. Remember the other last 3 days ago, we talked about how to read a scientific article. All right, so here you go, it's right here. You see Cairo. All right, you see where it's at. That's the space right there. El Fayum. All right, that's where they get that at. You see the delta right there at the top, Alexandria, right? That's all the Marshall Delta area, right? You see Cairo, right there, that's where they found it at, all right? And remember the time period. New Kingdom. Man, this is crazy. Don't do that. Man, yo. How I do that, man? I don't get in that conversation, dude.
It's that first dynasty. That's the first dynasty you love. You love that sacrifice like that.
Yeah, I ain't fuck. I'm off that. That shit's stupid. Off of that. Damn, man, hold on. I have to unscrew my shins.
Like you X that tab out.
By mistake. I ain't mean to do that. Damn, man. I want to get you the real gist of what it really was.
Or sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. I don't know.
Huh?
You teaching. Take your time, big dog.
I ain't that. I must got to do this. I had to turn my computer off or something because it's acting silly.
Students gotta have patience. That's all I can say.
It ain't that. She's just having fucking stupid. It ain't. Yeah, I can't even. Can't even type in the damn thing. All right, hold on. Got it. Let me get right to the article right here, real quick. The Near Eastern affinity of Egyptian mummies Man. How did it come back like that, man? Well, go ahead, Wuja, add something there. I'm trying to find the daggone things that ain't great.
Oh, I don't know that. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think people miss the boat of what they're missing out on what ancient Egypt can offer in terms of its genius. And this would be true for any culture, but on a topic of ancient Egypt, I think people miss the opportunity to really, really learn the genius of the people of ancient Egypt, because instead they want to argue over if they were black, if they call themselves black, if they called their country after their skin color, and all the other silly stuff that just, to me, it's just really baby immature conversation and stuff like that when we're so far behind. I mean, there's scholars that are digging really, really deep into many things and using multidisciplinary methods to really, really connect dots and answer research questions that we have not even touched the surface of as this like kind of pseudo community. So I don't entertain stuff like that. People want to know what the Egyptians. I mean, if them being African is not enough, then it's not even worth having a conversation, because like, what else? Why else would anything else matter? Them being anything else but African.
That's right.
Egypt is in Africa. And if people make a big deal about Africa, then that should be good enough. Egypt is in it.
That's right.
That's just the bottom line. Egypt's there. So Egypt is an African civilization. If you're not satisfied with that, then go have that conversation on the monkey bars a bit.
That's why somebody cuss you out, yo. You crazy, yo.
Right.
I'll say going to monkey bars, yo.
That's some merry-go-round playground monkey bars. The swing
man,
that in the slide type conversation. That's not adult conversation.
But Wuja, were you right, man? Because remember when you showed your screen when you had the picture of the you put the papyrus up and you had that as your screen, you had that as your thumbnail or your screensaver or your avatar. A lot of people looked at that picture, such as Michael Atworth, Dan Yala, all these Hebrews looked at that picture and say, look, they got falcon heads. Look, no. I'm the Nile Valley Hebrew. Let a real Hebrew teach all about Nile Valley culture. That's not what they meant. If you gonna say that meant this, then you have to say they meant that in our own scriptures. Like, you can't have it both ways.
No, man, I'm not talking about the Hebrew shit.
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about with Jawu. I'm talking about with Jawu.
No, but you talking about on the show. We don't want to talk about the Hebrew shit. I don't want to hear no Hebrew.
No, I don't think you heard us say it.
Oh shit, y'all done let Cube up in this motherfucker. What was wrong with y'all, man? Y'all let Cube up in here tonight, man. What's going on?
Give it to us, Cube. What's up, big dog? How you feeling, Ken?
Nah, hey Cube. I just want to apologize for earlier. Yo, you just mentioned the bitch ass nigga name, yo. You just got the cross, so I was wrong for that.
Hey, listen, man, it's cool. Somebody told me in the chat, don't worry about it, and I just was like, whatever. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't. Listen, let me tell you this. I didn't know that you was gonna react like that, because I was operating under the auspices of anybody can get it. So I was like, shit, let the nigga on and let's listen to the conversation. So like I said to you, I said, yo, I don't know what kind of conversations, you guys have had in the background to where, I don't know if the nigga talk about your mama or whatever the cat. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I do know that I seen on Southern of the TV, y'all had a situation to where y'all was supposed to debate. So I seen the nigga and I'm like, shit, let the nigga on. So I didn't know that it was this extra shit. I didn't know it was this extra sauce that you put on it. I didn't know that.
Nah, he didn't show up, yo.
But I'm telling you, I didn't know all of this extra stuff.
Yeah, that was the problem, yo. He talked shit for weeks, made videos about everybody, talked about everybody. I'm a Ross Quarters, that silly shit. And after months of the bullshit, making videos, and acting like he gonna give niggas $100. Like who? Like nigga, you gonna give who $300? Like, knock it off. And then after I say, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and indulge in the foolery, which it was. And then we set a date, and the nigga don't show. And then a week later, he dive on the T on starting of the shit, start talking shit, start cussing. I was cool as shit. Go look at it. I'm cool on that motherfucker. Just say I didn't come.
I seen the video.
Getting to my money, and that's cool.
Yeah,
like, dude, you weren't getting paid for it, so you could just say, you know, I had to do my vending because we knew he was vending, right? And I decided to vend the extra day, and let's just do it next week. That's all that gotta be. Not the nigga, fuck y'all niggas, we ain't. Like, dude, just, so at that point, right, I did what I shouldn't have did. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else gonna step up to that shit because they know how ridiculous it is. But I always do like I do, Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I'm saying? Try to help the nigga career. You know, niggas get careers off me bashing their motherfucking scholarship in. I made a lot of niggas famous. You know what I'm saying? The fucking pseudos. So, you know what I'm saying? Then he howling, screaming because now he don't really want to have a conversation. Because now he knows it's deep water. Right? And then he realized who the hell he messing with. Now he get it. Like, dude, I ain't traveling by myself. I get any information from anybody. We tight over here with that. Simple as that. You done attack everybody. So at this point, dog, let's keep it calm and do it next week. He all howling, screaming like, man, knock it off, dude. Like, I got to switch, yo. I can just be calm and chill or talk shit. But when I know I want to have a conversation, right, then I ain't going to start cussing the nigga out. Why? Man up. Yo, I didn't show up because I was really working. Yo, that's fine. Yo, it was free. But don't fake everybody out, make it seem like that really didn't have a date. Like, now you're a lying ass nigga. Now, why am I talking to you?
Well, let me say this real quick, brother. And I'm going to be honest. I did feel some type of way because you was like, oh, y'all bitch ass niggas like to hear niggas say this and this and that. And I was like, shit, nigga, I don't know.
What I say?
No, what you said was you was like, y'all bitch ass niggas like to hear niggas say this and this and that. And I was like,
man, nigga, I don't know what I was hot.
No, but listen though, niggas was like, yo, Cube, don't even take that the wrong way. So I ain't taking it the wrong way. I just kind of let it go. Because like niggas like, man, nigga just probably he mad about that nigga and they going through some shit. And I really didn't know the extent of the shit y'all was going through. I thought it was like, okay, you and this nigga got some shit. Anybody can't get it. Let's fucking get it on right now. Like, what is niggas talking about?
Q, why I gotta be a snitch though, Q? Right?
But bro, niggas don't know all that shit. Like this is, bro. These are the hold on. These are the conversations that y'all niggas have that I don't know about. No, I'm not in these group chats.
Q. It was live, Q.
Okay, well I didn't know that. I'm not in these.
Yeah, why I gotta be a snitch? Because I sent that YouTube video to Sarnetta. How am I snitching? Bitch, you did it public, nigga.
What's the difference between giving him a book? Ain't no difference.
Hey, I was a host, right? Mm-hmm. And so I seen everybody. I just hit admit all. So then I looked through the names. I'm like, Q. I'm like, oh shit, I had to boot him.
So you the one that killed the show. So you killed the show.
I told the name. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I know that name. Oh shit,
So hold on. So Sosa, you fucked around, see him, and killed the whole goddamn show.
That shit would have went crazy if I had to call that shit. I was at the grocery store too. So I seen everybody. I just hit admit all. So I looked through the names. I'm like, Q. I'm like, oh shit, I had to boot him.
I'm trying to get.
I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way about it.
Hey, hold on. I'm trying to say something, fellas. I'm trying to say something, man. I'm trying to say something, brother. The whole thing.
How you come out of nowhere with that, bro?
So I seen everybody. I just hit admit all. So I look through the names, I'm like, hold on, what's the background? Shit,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
somebody background. What's the background?
Hey, I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way about it.
Hey, hold on. I'm trying to say something, fellas. I'm trying to say something, man.
Hey, somebody background is crazy right now.
The whole
How you come out of nowhere with that, bro?
So I seen everybody. I just hit at me all.
What was that?
That was the Nile Valley Hebrew.
Yo, you gotta stop being a Nile Valley Hebrew. Yo, it confuses every time.
It wasn't me that had my background playing. It was me that saying you was trying to say something.
Yeah, but we always gonna accuse you because you mixed up, niggas. So deal with it.
No, what I'm telling you, what you do, Cube, this is what you do. Anybody got a problem with send them at the Nile Valley Hebrew. I'll eat him up on whatever level. That's what you do.
Okay, well, hold on. Well, I got a problem. I got a problem with deal with me then. I got a problem with deal with me then.
Any level.
Let's deal with it. Let's
get it. Any level. Listen, I gotta go to my saber. I gotta ask him for permission to do this. I can't just do it on my own.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about my
I don't understand these niggas, man.
I gotta ask him. I can't just take off. I'm gonna ask the big homie.
Go ahead, get him, yo.
Nigga, why you don't go to Yahweh, nigga? Why you don't go to like Yeshua?
Right, get to your point, God.
No. Hold on. This what we're gonna do. Listen. We ain't gonna do all that. Let's relax.
I got him. He all right.
Hey, you want to add something? Yo, let's keep the discussion healthy. Yo, let's stop. I ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah, my bad. Hey, real quick, if I can, real quick, I want to deal with Asad Motep the other night. I really want to delve into that a little bit because I feel like I got it.
Wuja here. I know Wuja want to smoke on the atheism.
Yeah, I don't want no more smoke. I'm done.
I ain't even seen it, but I guarantee you got a sorry.
Conversation. Hey, yo, all I'm saying is, yo, don't be drinking. We're gonna get a saw on the head. We're gonna put it on the hot seat.
He be lying on Africans,
Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna deal with that.
Look at the show from last night and the day. And Wuja, he said what he said, and that's what we have. We good.
Hey, I got some questions.
I got to deal with Wuja because he came on after I left.
I got some questions about that though.
Yeah, what you got?
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Questions about what?
Yeah, go get your sources together, baby.
No, I got a question about that.
Don't you ever in your life call me baby? I'm just being
Y'all nigga, crazy.
Yo. All right.
Okay, I was saying just to kind of get caught up on where things are with that conversation, because ideas change and evidence may force people to change. So, that this notion of atheism, can we now, or are we at the point now where we understand the difference between atheism being the position of atheism being against the existence of something versus simply disagreeing with how people practice and view something?
Yes.
So that, in other words, there's a difference between something just not existing, and then there's a difference versus something existing but not how people engage or interact or view that something.
No,
I don't know. I don't just like.
That's agnostic. That's being agnostic.
That's Cuban and can rock that. I just don't. I ain't like the title of the video because not believing ain't a European thing, yo. That's all. That's my point. Like that's just fucking stupid to me. Always was. It's still stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. So all of that.
We'll just say atheism is silly.
Yeah, all that. I was like, damn, it was fucking Meta is silly. You know how we do.
No, I'm saying when I say when I said it, I was poking fun, but I think that I don't have a problem with atheism if it's put in its proper context. That's all I ever have always said, and I feel that atheism, as is practiced today with our circles, and stuff, it relies heavily upon the Abrahamic systems to be anti. It's like you need that has to be there in order to be anti that, But I think it's not. I think it decays or falls apart once you step outside of those Abrahamic traditions.
That's right, Wujawu.
But I think being at where we are, most of the attack we get, and most of the rejection is, the Abrahamic faith. Like the chances of us actually going having that conversation, or projecting it, maybe somebody of a Yoruba or something is like.
Yeah, I ain't arguing with y'all on that. I be like, man, leave me alone, bro.
Because the title of this video is The Cosmos, and if I mean, like, for example, an atheist, I heard, I saw Asar's presentation and everything, and I think some people kind of missed the points that was made, because it did like get longed out. But I don't think atheism makes sense in certain contexts. It doesn't make sense. But it makes perfect sense in the Abrahamic systems. Like it sits really, really comfortably in there.
Yeah, when you argue with the Abrahamic faith.
Yeah, but I can go to I wrote a book though. I put my real black atheism in a book though, Wuja. You got it right.
Yeah.
I think the key with atheism was like atheism doesn't make the claim. You know what I'm saying? It's a rejection. So you would have to the claim is made first, and then the rejection comes. You know what I'm saying? So you would have to explain the God. You would have to explain your God first before the rejection comes. You see what I'm saying? It's not vice versa.
Okay, so let's do a very quick exercise for that.
Hey, Wujawu, go ahead. But I think atheism is still a claim. And am I right, Wujawu?
No, it's a rejection. You can't.
Yeah, but it's still a claim.
If you make the claim, then somebody can say prove it. That's the whole.
But you're making a claim that something that's not true. That's what I'm saying.
No. Atheism is
making a claim that you have no reason to believe in it.
No, I'm saying atheism doesn't make the claim. It rejects. It's a rejection.
It's still a claim. Okay, let me ask you.
You understand what I'm saying by making a claim?
Yeah, it's a rebuttal to an assertion. That's what Sosa is saying, but as well. So, I was saying, Sosa, let's do a quick exercise with what you just said. So, if I define, now I don't want to get caught up on the actual word God, G-O-D, God, but if I define existence as God, how then could you reject that as and then if you reject it, are you rejecting?
I'm familiar with the cleanse. I wouldn't reject that.
Right. So that's I mean that kind of is cut and dry. So that's what I'm saying. Atheism would not fit in that paradigm. Like if there was a population of people that understood existence itself as being their God, then an atheist would no longer be an atheist in that environment.
In that context, yeah.
In that context. But if I say, hey, God, created the world in 7 days, his spirit hovered over this and that and did this, that, and a third, and then he went over there and rested. And then, God came as himself, as his own son, to sacrifice himself to himself, to wash away sins, that blah, blah, blah. Then you can have plenty of room to dance around in that.
That boy good.
Man, you got to stop, yo. I'm getting him out of here. I'm gonna put him in a black hole.
No, yo. He right, bro. He right, man. I can't argue with him. Right. That brother is right. Wujawu, you are absolutely 100% right, bro. Like, that's a lot of Hebrews won't agree with that, but I'm one that will. I have no dog in the fight, bro. You absolutely right about that. So keep on building, King. Go ahead, Wujawu.
Yeah, and I'm saying, just from my experience and what I know, atheism doesn't fit good in the Egyptian paradigm. It doesn't fit.
Because they soft atheists.
No, it's just how they describe the world. You said soft atheists?
Yeah, they soft atheists. I've been said this shit. I just don't feel like arguing.
Okay, all right. Let's start with. It'll be a good exercise. All right. So,
because they say that there is no God outside of the universe. Huh?
Yeah, but I'm saying there is a hierarchy though, right, within the Egyptian cosmology, right? Like
It's all natural. They pantheists.
Noon, right?
I would consider them to be pantheist.
Right. Yep.
So basically you're presenting the cosmology as an explanation of the universe itself, right?
Right.
Just the universe unfolding as opposed to it being created from an entity itself.
Right. See, the Egyptians, if we're going to speak in English terms like we're doing, the Egyptians would define creation as an everlasting, ongoing process that has no beginning, no ending. And so that's not how we understand creation or the word create in a strict sense. But that would be our best way to still use that word, but understand how Egyptians are seeing creation.
All right, how the story starts off though. Noon did the, like, you know what I'm saying? How does, like, everybody don't know that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
How does it start off? Like Noon's, no, you know how y'all do that shit.
Yeah. Well, the Egyptian creation story, it actually puts agency in the individual. So Nun represents the is formless, and it's infinite and eternal, and it's formless, and forms come out of it. And this is the process of how everything around us come into existence to each individual. You know, like, for example, before you and I met each other, I didn't exist to you as an individual. And so until you perceive me, or I manifested, or, you know, we want to sound like that, or came into being to you, you created me, or I came into your universe, your perception, your consciousness. And this is what each individual goes through every day, all day. And so the creation story puts the individual as the agent, where out of the infinite and eternal formless blob, I mean, I can't even think of a word for it, but blob, and they metaphorize it as water though. But out of that water, metaphorical water, comes things into existence. And that process is described as Keper, which is their word for coming into being.
All right, but what happens when the story gets to like Osiris and Isis? I don't know for the English. I don't got all the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So what happens there? Is that still a reflection of nature, or now we into the mythos?
Well, the whole story is the whole process is described as a myth with characters, and the characters represent, you know, realities behind it. So there's a duality at the core of existence. There's a duality. There's no way that anybody's going to ever get around that, because there's nothing in the universe that exists as what it is on its own. Like everything that exists, it only exists in relationship to other things. And so the Egyptians explain is that, and this sounds like mumbo jumbo to say it in English this way, but existence itself, I mean, existence needs existence in order to exist, because the existence is a differentiation. If any given object cannot be distinguished from any other object, then it would not exist. And so there's, and that what that results as is a ultimate duality. When you simplify everything down to its minute component, you're going to find a duality. Without that duality, it's going to go back to Nun, and this is what Nun represents: this formlessness,
chaos,
that's imperceivable, and that imperceivable state of that formlessness has been deified as Amen.
People listen, when you get to the story of Osiris and Set and them, you know, cutting off the phallus and all that stuff, like,
yeah,
all right, for the layman, like, what's going on there? Because now it's turning into, you know what I'm saying, for the outside, it looks like it's turning into a, like tale that's now not necessarily a reflection of nature itself.
Well, one thing we can't do, I mean, we shouldn't do, is convolute the stories. Like the Osirian, that story you mentioned is a totally different story than the cosmogon, the creation and stuff like that. So, like for example, the creation story.
Okay, so
hold on, let me just say this: the creation story has a Heru along the same generational line as Usir. But in that story that you're mentioning, where Satuk kills his brother Usir, Aset gives birth to his son Heru, who later avenged him and stuff like that. So we got to understand what these contexts are and all this and that. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
They serve different purposes.
So that's a whole nother story. So that's a whole nother story, like separate from the Noon situation.
Yeah.
All right. I thought, because I'm thinking like that whole cosmology with Noon and then play out kind of like the Sumerian joint. You feel me? And that whole thing play out in the Murdoch Duke and all of that is like Genesis. You know what I'm saying? That's how I thought of it.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. These stories, like everybody lumps it because the characters are reused and repurposed in other stories. They think it's all like one big theatrical play, as a continuation. That's not the case.
Yeah. Hey, Wujaro, if you don't mind, like I think like the brother, when you deal with Shu and Tefnut and this nature, these are just aspects of nature, or what you would call forces that, or we could call them material. You're dealing with weight, you're dealing with certain mathematical equations. They didn't know how to explain it, but this is what they called it, and they deified it according to how it acted in their everyday lives. So when we do with Shu, Tefnut, Geb, and when you deal with some Israelites say giving themselves fellatio, no, it's just a depiction of regeneration, recycling. That's all it is. So, but when you deal with the Neteru, in a sense of everyday affairs, is different. Now, when you deal with the Neteru, as in Tefnut, Shu, Geb, that's a difference. You're dealing with two different aspects of Neteru. You get two different functions. See, a Neteru have that function, the Neteru have that function, but the Neteru also have the function of controlling different principles of nature, such as the wind, the water. That's why they supplement some gods to harvest. You get what I'm saying? So we don't look at it literally. A lot of it we do look at literally, but a lot we know based on the text and the context and the day. We know based on the practice of the people, whether it was literal or not, whether they conceived this to be a literal refutation, or I'm not a literal refutation, excuse me, a literal inclination, or whether they looked at it as just like the brother Wujaro said, figuratively. You get what I'm saying? So we can see whether they did what with what. You get what I'm saying? The concept, we can see whether this concept was literal or this concept was figurative.
Hey, can I ask a question next?
Go ahead, guys.
I wanted to say something real quick, Q, if you don't mind, just real quick. I want to give a better picture of a very quick summary of what the Neteru are that everybody can understand. If you imagine a filing system or a category system, for example, if you open up a retail store that's an all-purpose store like Family Dollar or something like that, you're gonna put certain items in categories in the aisles, and you're gonna name the aisle. And they do it in grocery stores, like aisle 6. That's the name of the aisle 6. But in that aisle, you may have all the breads, and it'd be different kinds of breads, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, whatever. But it's going to be aisle 6. So that's the label you give to that particular aisle in the store. And so the gods of various different cultures are generally a ontological and taxonomic labeling system where certain deities are the highest label for a category of things that they govern, and we refer to it as jurisdiction or certain sphere. And so the Egyptian gods are no different. So certain deities govern certain things on different levels, which is the taxonomic aspect, different levels of life, from the cosmic, which is what you see in the sky, to actual nature, environment,
even to personal profession.
I'm being
yeah.
So from the sky, you know, from outer space, off world, out in the sky, cosmos, or whatever, down to the things in the environment within nature that we call outside nature or whatnot, to the social level of the community, to the family level of the nuclear family, to the individual level, and within, both psychologically and physiological. So these deities govern a cascade of things in their own right. And then there's some overlapping. And so, like, the example I always use is the deity Heru, because everybody knows Horus, Heru. And that deity would be like if this was a filing drawer system, or on your computer, where you have your root drive, and then you have your subdirectories, your major subdirectories. And then within those subdirectories, you have even more directories with the actual files that you have, files, JPEGs, pictures, and this, and that, third. So Heru would be at the top level label for a filing system, and under him would be things like it will be physical things associated with it, psychological things, behavioral things. So, for example, Heru governs the institution of kingship and everything it takes to be a king, which is courage, which is the ability to coordinate, which is the ability to be an administrator, and all these things, to be able to order people and coordinate different elements of society to work as one to get things done and prosper, blah blah blah. So that overlaps psychologically, being Horus being the deity over the mind, the seat of the will, which is the ability to choose. Everybody has a will and make choices each and every day. The seat of that will is in the mind, and Heru governs that. And that's due to the relationship between the king being the ultimate will of the people, and represent the people. The king's decision affects everybody in the kingdom, blah blah blah. So I'm just saying that to say that it's not enough to say that these deities are simple powers or whatever the case is. They had a very elaborate web system that these different Neteru or gods and goddesses represented. And we have to tap into that to have an understanding of the mythos and all the stories, because the stories will reflect what I just said.
Let me, if I could build on something real quick, and thank you for expanding on it. I appreciate that. But I remember Friday night as I began to come on. No, excuse me, as I was exiting, you were coming on, my brother Wujao, and you said something, and I can't remember the words precisely, but I do remember you were saying something to the fact that you were vehemently against, Africans being atheists. Am I correct?
No, I never said that.
No. I'm not saying that those were your exact words.
But no. I heard you. No, I'm saying that's not my sentiment. Even in your paraphrase, I'm not holding you to repeating what I say. But nah, that's not me right there. You might.
All right. So would you like to state what you said, if you can remember, which I doubt you do, and it's okay if you don't.
No. I'm saying on that subject, I speak about all the time. And I just said it before you came on tonight too. I said atheism as practiced today, what we're familiar with, it doesn't fit in the paradigm of many African cultures. And I gave the example earlier before you popped on.
Right. And see, I don't want to talk about that. And I want to make it clear, because when the brother Asar Imhotep was using the word God, I made it clear, and he also understood that he was using that word to trigger people well, he was attempting to trigger people like myself who are atheists and other people like Unc and everybody else that are on this chat today. So he was using that word to trigger people, and I made it clear to him that I understood why he was using that word. And when I began to question him about it, he really didn't have a lot of pushback. But when you came on, you said that you agree with him that no African can be an atheist, and you agree with his stance. Am I correct on that?
No, I wouldn't say. I would never say it like that. That would be confusing. So what I say is what I just said. So let me just elaborate for 30 seconds, and I said this right before you came on, is that if a population of people see existence itself as their God, then atheism will no longer make sense in that environment, in among those people. Okay. It will have no place there. And okay. so the only thing that
well, can we pause right there so we can actually break it down blow by blow, and I mean exactly what you're talking about so we can understand it.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
All right. So now when you say a group of people that understand what, like what are you talking about when you say atheism? Because that's what I want to understand, which I was trying to get to the point with the brother Sar Motep to try to understand atheism, but he was a bit unrelenting. Honestly, I'm not, being funny. He was a bit unrelenting. He did not want to tell me what he meant exactly. So I'm going to ask you, since you stood by what he agreed on, what do you mean when you say atheism? Let's start there.
Okay. So there's two things with atheism. Well, now there's different gradations of atheism. You got soft, hard.
Hold on, really quick. I'm not asking about any of that. I'm only asking about.
Just ask me
which. No, I'm only asking you about the atheism that you disagree with, that Africans cannot hold the position of having. That's it. I'm not asking you about soft, hard, any of that. I'm okay. Only asking you about one specific thing.
Okay, I was going to get there. So I'll be very straight to it.
Thank you.
In my example, the atheism I'm speaking about is that it would be absolutely retarded for someone to deny the existence of existence.
Oh wow.
So the atheism that I'm using is the denial of the existence of God. And in that scenario I painted, if a group of people identified existence itself as their God, and an atheist has the definition of being against the existence of God, then in that environment, that statement would not make any sense.
Okay, great. And I'm glad you said that, and I appreciate that. So,
right, you're not arguing for a supernatural force at all, Wujawu. That's what I'm not argue that for you.
Not at all.
Existence, right? It's natural existence is the primary sustainer.
And that is precisely why I was telling the brother Asar Imhotep, like, I understand you're using this word to inflame other people, to trigger other people. I understand why he was using it, because he's not using it as in local atheism. He's using it in his private interpretation. And this is what this brother is doing this very second. This brother, this very second, is using atheism how he wants to use it, and that's fine.
No. I don't hear him.
Brother. When you were speaking, I never cut you off.
Okay, right. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Right.
Okay.
So,
hey, Q, let's keep walking through it. So go ahead. So you,
I'm attempting to. So what you're doing now is you're saying atheism is existence, and I have no problem whatsoever.
Oh, no, that's not what I said. Wait, that's not what I said.
He said God is existence itself.
I said atheism, how I'm using the word is a denial of the existence of God.
Okay. All right. So I misspoke. So atheism is the denial of what?
The existence of God.
And that God that you're talking about is what?
And in my scenario, I said, if there's a population of people that identify existence itself as God,
right?
Then the statement to deny the existence of existence would not make any sense whatsoever.
Whoa. But you're saying that the God that you're talking about is congruent with existence.
Existence. There you go.
That's what you talk about. So once again, when I say that your atheism that you're talking about would mean denying existence, this is what you're talking about. So it's a private
denial of God. No, what you're missing is the equation. Atheism is how I'm using it right now. And I know there's other definitions, but how I'm using it right now, atheism is the denial of the existence of God.
No, but that's not how you're using it. That's not how you use it.
That is exactly how I'm using it.
Brother, you just said
and the denial of the natural world.
Okay. Hold on. And my brother Yeshua, my bad, brother. I appreciate you, but at this particular point, I don't need you right now.
I got you, bro. Take your time.
And there's no disrespect at all, because I appreciate you, and I think you lend.
I got you.
Yeah. So now to the brother Wujao, what you're saying is your interpretation of God is existence. Am I correct?
Yeah, in my scenario, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so now in order to deny God, then that would mean that one would have to deny existence, correct?
That's what I said. and that makes no sense. And that makes no sense.
That makes no sense to whom?
The statement itself it falls on its own face.
But why would it not make sense when I'm just repeating what you said?
That's why I said what I'm saying is that. So hear what I'm saying. I said atheism does not make sense in the context of the scenario I painted. It only makes sense. It will make sense in other scenarios, but not in the scenario I painted. I said if to a group of people, existence is God, then atheism does not fit there, because to be an atheist among that group of people, you would have to deny the existence of existence, because existence is their God.
But listen, brother, I'm agreeing with you on that. I was actually just repeating it to make sure that I'm saying the same thing that you were saying. I was only repeating it. I was not trying to take it and mangle it and try to put it anywhere else. I was just repeating what you were saying. So I was not trying to mangle it and try to get a gotcha moment. That's not what I was trying to do. I was just trying to repeat it.
I didn't think so. So you don't have to say that.
Well, that's cool. So now that you said it already, and we both agree, what we then have to agree with after that it is a private interpretation. No different than if I were to take the word atheism and I use the word atheism and were to talk about an orange. I can do the exact same thing with that, because we understand that every single word is made up, but the words that we use, we're generally trying to get to a particular point to talk about a particular thing. But do you understand that?
Yeah, I'm saying that's why.
Oh no. Okay.
Wait. Let me say this. This is why atheism will always have to have an explanation, because when people tell me that they're an atheist,
but let's get to it instead of cutting me off, though. Let's get to it.
Well, no,
but brother, I'm agreeing with you on everything that you're saying, though. I'm agreeing with you on everything you're saying.
Yeah, no, we're walking together, and you brought up orange, and you're making points that I make as well, because I'm saying that when people say that they're atheists and just put a period and that's it, that's not enough for the conversation to be
okay
fruitful.
But brother, I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm making a statement to get to somewhere else. So when I say that I can use atheism and be talking about an orange, you have to agree with that, because the thing that you just made up about atheism, it go alongs with what you believe. You just made it up. It's fine.
No. That's not. I didn't make that up,
bro.
Atheism is well defined Now there's other definitions as well, but it's well defined as the denial of the existence of God or God.
Okay, so you don't understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand, that's fine.
I'm saying. All right, let's do this. Let's get some formal definitions that will govern our conversation.
But hold on. But formal definitions doesn't work because you have your own private interpretation on what atheism is.
No, I can throw that in the trash. Listen, I can.
Oh, that's why you want formal definitions.
I can throw that in the trash and use whatever definition you want to bring. I'll use it to govern this conversation. Whatever.
Okay, great. So great. So now let's deal with atheism in terms of philosophy. So now atheism has to be defined in terms of what?
Philosophy, brother.
No. Whoa. Atheism has to be defined in terms of theism, because without theism, you don't have atheism. So if you want to define it in its actual context, where it actually comes from, because if you don't have theism, you don't have atheism. So if you want to deal with it there, we could talk about that. But if you want to just talk about the things that you make up, I can make up shit too. But I'm not saying that that's where I want to delve into. I'm just saying I understand where you're going, because you're dealing with the African spirituality, and that shit is made up, and that's fine. I have no quarrel with that.
I never even brought any of that up.
No, you didn't come up with it per se as word for word, but you're actually using it. So
I'm saying I didn't even bring that up in our conversation.
Listen, you didn't bring it up by word or by name, but you did bring it up. But it's cool. So let's do it.
It has nothing to do with Africa. There's many cultures around the world that will view the existence itself as God.
Okay, great. Right. So now let's deal with atheism in terms of theism. Do you understand that at all?
Okay, yeah. You want to deal with atheism in the context of theism. Got you.
Okay, so how do you deal with atheism as regards to theism? How do you deal with it? Is it the opposite? Is it the same? I'm quite sure you understand where I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, theism is in the word itself, atheism. So we would have to come to an understanding of what is theism in order to.
We don't. Yeah, brother, we actually don't. We actually don't, because atheism is the negation of whatever the fuck theism is. So whatever theism is, we understand that atheism is the negation of that.
Okay,
so we don't have to waste our time pontificating about what this is, what it could be. No.
You said we had to.
Brother. Listen. Actually, I didn't. I didn't waste my time, brother. I didn't waste my time talking about theism. I understand what it is, and we didn't waste our time doing it. We understand what it is. I know it's difficult. I get it. So now, Wuja, do you understand what theism is, and do you understand the negation of theism? And would you agree that the negation of theism would be atheism?
The negation of theism would be atheism. As a linguistic construct, because of that's how the word is formed. The word formation is a would be anti to whatever is connected to. It's a prefix on theism.
But hold on, brother. Like this is hold on, stop. See, this is madness to me, because this is not linguistics. Hold on, brother. Hold on. It's okay. This is not linguistics, bro. It's not linguistics. It's philosophy. It has nothing to do with linguistics. I understand, like the pseudo.
Wait.
You just asked him about linguistics, bro.
No, I did not. I asked him a question and he reverted to linguistics, but
he
not
had to.
No,
because you're dealing with the same.
Bro, listen. I'm gonna stop responding to you in a second. I'm gonna stop responding
bro.
because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I got you. I'll sit back, bro. Go ahead.
You don't know what you're talking about. I'm just
no, I don't. So let me sit back. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, all I was saying was the word, because we can discuss philosophy, but we're using the medium of language. So everything we discuss, communication is paramount, and we use language to communicate. And so we're transmitting ideas. Neither you nor I are telepathic, so I can't read your mind, and vice versa. So when you're saying these words and making these sounds, there has to be a meeting of the minds. I have to understand the concepts behind all this stuff that you're saying. So atheism, as it's the word is constructed, is to be against whatever theism is, as you just said. But in order for us to go past that, otherwise we're just gonna stuck there. I know it's against something. We could say AX, and it'll be against X, whatever X be the unknown. But now let's go further and remove the question mark or the unknown, and let's define what it is that someone or something is against.
All right. So let's delve in that.
Let's find out what X equates to.
Yeah, okay. Let's delve into that really quickly to show you that what you said is really not the same thing, because what you're doing is you're using linguistics to talk about something that is philosophical, which you're incorrect on. But let's go into your realm for a second to show you that is just not the same. So when you talk about A is the negation of something in linguistics, correct?
Yeah, there's a prefix for that.
Okay, great. So now the difference is what I'm talking about, which I don't even want to stay here long because it makes no sense. When you're talking about A in theism, it is talking about the negation, but in philosophy, it doesn't mean the negation of that. It doesn't mean the negation.
So that's what philosophy. He's right. With y'all with philosophy, it doesn't. He's right.
I'm asking you to define atheism.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Simply, atheism is the denial and the rejection of God. It's not just the negation of God. It's the rejection to say that God does not exist.
Okay. So now stop right there.
Okay.
I had that definition on my screen prior to me pulling up this this definition. I actually said what you said like 10 whole minutes ago. I said atheism is the denial of the existence of God.
Yes,
you just said that just now.
But you still went into the negation shit. So
no, I didn't even use the word negate though.
But you use the word A to show that A is the negation in linguistics. But listen, let's not get bogged down into that, and let's actually get to what we're talking about.
Wait a minute, because
brother, let's get to what we're talking about. Listen, that's a waste of time.
Hold on, let me clarify, brother.
No, bro, listen, that's a way. If you're already understanding that's a waste of time. Let's not even deal with that. That's a waste of time.
He's not understanding. He's trying to clarify to you. I think it only be fair to let him clarify.
If he already understands, if he's saying
that he's not fair to let him clarify to you,
bro, you're not even in this conversation.
I am in the conversation, brother.
If he already understands that he said this before I even said it, he already know. If he already said that he said this before I said it, then this is a waste of time. Let's get into that.
Evidently, there's a misunderstanding, Q, because he's saying no. So evidently, there's a misunderstanding.
My brother,
you can't tell him to be the misunderstanding as he is. You have to let him clarify the misunderstanding. You get what I'm saying? You have to let him do that. It's only fair.
My brother, there's no need for you to even A, be in this conversation, and B, if he already understands what I'm saying, why go through the minutia when we already understand what we're talking about and spend another 15 minutes building on minutia?
All right.
We understand this shit already. We understand each other.
That's your story. You sticking to it. Then
okay,
I love you for liking it.
So Q.
So now the question is, when it comes to atheism, what I need you to try to help me figure out is that a group of Africans who have their own idea, because you would have to say, and I'm being honest with you, and I really would like an answer. Would you say, because you disagree with me prior, would you say that these Africans were theists or were they not? Because just if you just answer that question, that would allow me to get to my next point.
He doesn't broad brush the continent.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, are you okay, my nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Who you talking to, blood?
I'm talking to you, nigga. Like, you keep talking.
All right, take your time. I don't want to get on internet sucker stuff. Go ahead, Wujawu.
But just shut the fuck up, nigga. Yeah. Like,
okay. I talk.
Q. Let me ask you. I want to answer you, but I want to make sure we're on we're locked we're locked arm with each other. So right. I have a definition on my screen that should be locked on my screen. So I just want to know, do you agree with this? Are we on the same page so far? Because I want to walk through this.
Go ahead.
It's on the screen. It says atheism equals the denial of the existence of God. Do you agree with that? That's what atheism equals?
Somewhat, yes, but go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So now you go ahead. I'm saying because this definition right here is going to govern our entire conversation. So I just want to make sure.
You know what? And you know what? Thank you for that, brother, because like you're actually making fucking sense. So thank you for that. So now my next point is, if we're talking about this particular atheism, you understand that I don't have all of this dumbass baggage that these niggas have when it comes to talking about Africans and shit like that. That shit doesn't apply to me. That does not apply to me at all. So now I have to ask, when it comes to the denial or the rejection of the existence of God, would you consider yourself an atheist?
No.
Okay, great. So now when it comes to an African, I'm so glad you said that. When it comes to an African and they deny the existence of a God, is it possible for an African to do so? Yes or no?
Yes.
So all that shit that I saw Imhotep saying on Friday is null and void because you agree with my position.
No, but thank sir.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
So now let me expound or clarify. So here's what was missed in the conversation the other day, and I don't want to be missed right now. So we agree with this definition that's going to govern our conversation, and this is for Google Scholar in the chat. I know there's other definitions, but this is the definition that we agree on that's going to govern our conversation.
Mostly, right. Mostly.
Right.
I would say the denial and the rejection that there is a God, but I would allow you to have that. I wouldn't fight you on that, but go ahead.
Okay, so now, as far as the questions that you asked me, it will depend on what the people define as God.
Hold on, the people what? Like, you're talking to me. Like, when I said that, I didn't say, well, it depends on the people with atheism.
No. Listen, because I'm saying I'm explaining my answers because you asked me, right? So I'm explaining.
Yeah, but why are you qualifying it by saying the people when you don't have to say that? You're talking to me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to speak from me, and I'm talking to you. Okay, so when you ask me, would I consider myself an atheist? I answered you no. Okay. And the reason why I answered you no is because my definition of God is existence itself. So therefore I cannot deny the existence of existence. So therefore I cannot be an atheist.
Yeah, we're gonna deal with that. Go ahead with it. We're gonna deal with that, but go ahead.
That's clear as cascade.
No, that's it. You asked me about me, and I'm not talking about other people, no other populations. This is me. So God is existence to me. So therefore, it would make I would be utterly retarded to deny the existence of existence.
You would not.
Okay. So now I have to ask the question. Now I have to ask the question. If I were to talk to a lay Christian or a lay Muslim,
that ain't what we talking about.
Brother, I understand what you're talking about. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I totally get that. I totally get that. But if I were to talk to a lay Christian or a lay Muslim, they would tell me that God or Allah is the beginning of all things, and He either exists in all things or he is all things in one form or shape. Would I be correct in saying that?
That's right.
Say that one time. Say it one more time.
If I were to talk to the lay Christian or the lay Muslim, they would tell me that without God, there is nothing. And God, which to the Christians, they call God, to the fake Black Hebrew Israelites, they call Yahweh, to the fake Muslims, they would say Allah.
What about to the fake?
Bro, wow. Bro.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I ain't know I was unmuted. I was just thinking out loud. My bad. I'm sorry.
God damn.
I apologize to you sincerely, bro.
No doubt, brother. I accept your apology.
Take your time.
So when you talk to these lay Christians, Muslims, they would tell you that their God is existence, and all of this is just a part of this existence that their God is allowing them to either receive, take part in, or experience. So what difference are you putting forward that is African or whatever the case may be? Where's the difference? Explain that to me. Because all I see is what a Christian is telling me or what a lay Muslim will tell me. Explain that to me.
Well, to a Christian, and I'm gonna use that one first. Existence itself is not God to a Christian. Christians do not define their God as existence itself.
Brother, that's not true, and I wish you wouldn't say that ever again, because that's just not true. But when you start to talk to these Christians who have been getting beaten the fuck up over and over and over, they understand these arguments and they start to say these things. So please don't say that, brother, because this is really true.
Okay, so existence. Wait. For that to be true, existence would have to be born of a virgin and do things and actually die and go somewhere. Like existence itself can actually be at a place, at a where.
But you're talking to somebody that doesn't agree with it, but this is what they say. But I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you that the same thing. I have never met a
Christian that ever said what you just said. I have never.
Okay. Hold on. Well, unfortunately,
I've been in this game before on CompuServe and AOL.
Okay. Well, see, unfortunately, hold on. Let me say this real quick.
Wujaru is right, and I just want to say that Wujaru. You are right. There's not a Christian who believes that, brother. Wow. That's not Wujaru.
Well, hold on. See, let me show you why. Let me show you how Wujaru is wrong. Because we got some shit. We got some shit called the woke church. Have you ever heard of these clowns?
I thought we was talking about biblical Christians, not modern day Christians.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Put a slide on y'all here.
So hold on. Hold on. This nigga tell me. Hold on. Wait. So this nigga tell me he never heard of some shit. But when I tell him that yo, that's some shit called these woke Christians.
Oh, he said he heard them.
So the woke Christians are saying this shit, bro.
We don't care what they're saying. We telling you what the text says. That's what God was saying.
Bro, number one, I wasn't even talking to you, bro.
Okay, go ahead, Wujaru. Go ahead. I'm gonna let my big brother go ahead and
bro, that's part of the problem. It's like
you just meat out his teeth. Go ahead, Wujaru.
No, it's not go ahead, Wujaru. It's go ahead, Cube, because I was in the middle of speaking. What are you doing? What are you doing, man?
You ice cold right now. You ain't hit a hot point yet.
You know what? Listen, man. The truth of the matter is,
I'm messing with you, bro.
Nah, it's cool, bro. Listen, man. Listen, bro. You don't faze me, and I'm good. I'm telling you. The truth of the matter is, we got the woke church, and they saying this and this and that. They're saying all of these things, and all of it is false. It's faulty. We can look back at it. We can kill all of this shit.
We don't care about what church said. That's what Wujaru said, brother. You giving examples of one church, but 500 people.
Yo, I don't understand why this dude has the need to cut me the fuck off every time he wants to say something. Like, he just can't wait his turn. I don't get it. He can't wait his turn. Like,
hey man, We're going to close this out, man. You got some more to say, Wuja?
Hold on, nigga. I was talking. What you talking about? Niggas got more to say.
All right. We'll close it out then, Q. What you gonna say? Cause I ain't y'all. Come on, man.
Hey, yeah, Q. So, if he's closing out, say your last words, and then I want to say my last word. That's a wrap.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this in my last.
You'll put a slide on your head.
Yeah, that shit was. Yeah, y'all niggas is wild for that. I'm gonna get you for that. But listen, what I'm saying is this.
Tell him that's some man-made shit. Don't even listen to that shit, Q. Come on, Q. Come on, yo. You protect him. Let's go. Let's see what you got. Get him. Let me see what you got.
You know what, man? You know what, Wuja? You know what, Wuja? I'm gonna let you have that for right now. And I'm gonna wait till I get the chance to really get you in the ring, and that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck that. I'm gonna wait.
Yo, I really to existence.
Nah, I'm not even gonna play with that right now. Wuja, if you could be honest and be like, you know, I'll deal with you another time, brother. I'll deal with you another time.
All right. Go ahead, Wuja. Close them out.
And don't give me the running shit like, oh, the nigga running and this and that. Like, nah, nigga, I'll just deal with you.
We gotta say he atheist to the monotheistic religions, yo. If he was gonna be an atheist, but he definitely not that to either. That's all he's saying, yo. He say the concepts don't allow that. I mean, that's his opinion.
Hey, yo, we gotta get this nigga. What's his nigga name with the buck teeth? Whatever his name is, we gotta get that nigga the fuck up out of here. Whatever that nigga name is.
In the chat.
Yeshua, the fake ass nigga. Yeah, we gotta get him the fuck up out of there. That nigga just be talking way too much.
What you talking about, my king?
I'm talking about you, my nigga, because you be talking too motherfucking much when niggas ain't talking to you, bro.
Man,
you gotta shut the fuck up sometime, bro. Like niggas don't be talking to you, dog. Like you just
talk to this dude, man. That's
hey, let me just close.
Hold on, we're gonna cut this short,
nigga, I don't be talking to you.
Hold on, man. Okay, everybody freeze it out. Come on, yo, make it like that, man. Shout out to Tiffany.
Let me get my
go ahead and shop at Tiffany.
That's a chat.
Man, T by Tiffany, man. Make sure y'all shop right there, man. That shit's
boy,
bang.
you is not cut for that shit. You better leave me the fuck
Q.
alone, nigga.
Hey, Q, we ain't doing this, yo. Come on, I'm in this motherfucker now. Come on, yo.
Hey,
trying to keep the channel going. I don't mind to get it in.
I'm trying to get my closing. That's all.
Yo, get your closing, Wuja, so we can get up out of here, yo.
Okay, so since we're on this last topic, I'm just gonna close with this, and I did, you know, visuals always work good, man, because as a teacher, I find that to be true all the time. But anyway, just real quick, if we define atheism as the denial of the existence of God, and to me, and I put God equals existence, so to me, God is existence itself. To me, then in order for me to be an atheist, what I would be saying is that I am denying the existence of existence, because we have the equation God equals existence to me. And if that's the definition, then this is what I'll be saying. And I'm saying that would be utterly retarded for me to have that position. And so there are populations of people around the world that this equation is true, that God equals existence. And all I'm saying is that atheism does not fit in that environment. Atheism will only fit in an environment that is not this. And what I said earlier is that atheism fits very nicely in the Abrahamic traditions, because in Abrahamic traditions, God does not equal existence itself. It just does not. So that's the point I was making on this particular topic, and that's my actual stance. I'm speaking for myself, from myself. And this definition, by the way, govern this conversation. And I'm well aware of the different types of atheism, from soft to hard to medium hard, lukewarm, all that good stuff. But for this conversation, this was the definition that we all agreed on. So if somebody want to bring another definition, we could rehash this whole conversation. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Hey, big uncle, can I close before we
No,
go?
hell no. When you done?
I'm done, man. I'm your damn godchild. I'm done.
I know you good though, but you done. You had a good. I know you was rocking. I know you went hard.
Let me close out. Give me about a minute, 30 seconds. Something.
No, hell no. You got 30 seconds. Come on, man. Come on, yo.
Hey, look, what he said is this, man. Existence itself in the framework that he's putting it. That's the God. He's not talking about something that's supernatural, spooky, outside of yourself. I hear what Wuja was talking about. And I agree with him on his premise. That's not my premise. God is not existing itself. Existence itself is an attribute of the creator. But he's saying existence itself is the creator. But I understand where he's coming from. So that's what the brothers and sisters have to understand. I understand his point. Wujaru, you made excellent points. Now, Unc ate you up. Now, I can't just say, I can't just let that go. Unc handles it better. He always do that anyway. So, but you know, we got to sit at the feet of him sometimes, and, you know what I'm saying, shake that ego. You know what I'm saying? We read books, write books, you know what I'm saying? Think we know this, and then we try to challenge the elders as if they ain't been doing this way before us and actually delving into this information much deeper than we have, because like you, I'm pretty sure Unc with the scientific literacy, you know what I'm saying, could take you to school and show you some things, you get what I'm saying? But that's not your expertise. So, you know, everybody have their expertise. You get what I'm saying? So we just got to be able to exchange information as brothers, you know what I'm saying? Not bang on each other culturally, just try to understand one another and where each other coming from, or, you know what I'm saying, our perspectives, and just let's deal with the scholastic information. As y'all know me, Big Unc, and I'm signing out with this. I'm always talking about, I got a source right here, or I got a source right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the rare Hebrew, I'm a rare Hebrew. I'm one of the few you will find that everything I say, I got a source for. And I'm always having a source. So that should be respected in itself. And the platform should be respected. And I thank you, Unc, for, you know what I'm saying, making sure people got a platform and speaking their mind. Like I told you, I'll kill a rock and drown and drop a word about you, scholastically and physically in the flesh. Let them play with us on Pyru. And I'm going to sign off with that.
All right, man. So, yeah, me and Wuja got this document. I sent it to him. I lost it and he sent it back. And it was talking about what atheism was really talking about.
Hey, Unc, look at my screen. I pulled it up on him.
There you go. So he gonna back it. He gonna back that statement with that. All right. You got the one with the 8 province, right?
Yeah, this is the same one. It's the same document.
All right, scroll down a little bit to that part. Get to that part.
That is right here. Alpha Prevens.
Yeah, Prevens. Am I saying it right? Province. Yeah, go ahead. Read that real quick. We can run out with that.
All right, so I don't know if the screen freezes. All right, so Alpha Prevens. It says atheism is A-theism. So A-theism. An atheist is someone who does not subscribe to the central tenets of theism. The A is an Alpha Prevens. It denies what follows. So an atheist denies what the theist tries to confirm. By denying what follows, you do not become identical with what follows, which is theism. Someone who is a-religious is simply what it says, not religious. It is not the case that by denying a religion, you, by some magic trick, invent a religion of your own. The religion of irreligious or a-religious people. Perhaps this sounds like a commonplace. Nevertheless, it is necessary to state it. Often, atheists are considered to be driven by a religious impulse, the religious impulse to deny religion. And denying religion is in itself a religion, it is said. Actually, we have seen that with McGrath, whoever that is. I consider this to be a strange rhetorical trick. Because atheism is the denial of theism, every tract on atheism should also address the question, what is theism? Theism is the same as, a more current term, monotheism. Theists are adherents to one of the 3 theistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Mm-hmm. And let me just pause right here for a quick second. This supports everything I said earlier, that atheism fits very comfortably among the Abrahamic traditions. This actually is saying exactly what I'm saying earlier, what I said earlier, that what is theism? Theists are adherents of one of 3 theistic religions, and there they are. But I'm gonna read the next 2 paragraphs, and that's it.
That's theism, atheism, though. Wujawu.
I know, but I'm reading it right from this text here. Theists believe in one God. That makes the word monotheism, strictly speaking, a pleonism. But theism is more than belief in one God. It requires also a conception of a specific God. God, according to theists, is good. And not only good in a sense you and I can be good, but perfectly good. If someone would identify, like the great Victorian poet Algernon Charles Swinburne has done, God with evil, the supreme evil God, this person cannot be a theist. The God of Jews, Christians, and Muslims is necessarily good. Goodness is not the only tenet of the theistic God. He is eternal, the creator of the universe, almighty, transcendent, omniscient, holy, and personal. Western theology has tried to reflect on those characteristics and construe a concept of God that is consistent. So, it goes on, but I think the highlight of this right here is that every tract, and I'll add conversation, every conversation on atheism should address the question, what is theism? This is what I was conveying to the brother Q. You got to define theism, and what is that? What's behind that? And it said exactly what I said. Atheism is really only triggered or applicable in the realm of the Abrahamic traditions, not in the general African ideal of God, because generally God would be existence itself, and we all can agree that you'll be retarded to deny existence or reality. Can't do that.
All right, we can close with that, man. That paper was a good read right there. Always was a good read right there. And I actually built Real Black Atheism off of this paper, yo. This was like my paper, you know what I mean, that really got me in there. Because I wanted a way to get my people out of messing with those religions, yo, those state-sponsored religions that actually played a role in the transcontinental slave trade. And then you say, well, what about the African countries? I'm denying them too. So I hear what you're saying. If existence is that, then it's existence. It is what it is, right? And we're gonna end with that. Appreciate the conversation, man. It's always healthy, man. It's good that we don't overtalk each other all the time. And it's good sometimes when we do it, yo. I appreciate everybody, man. The Pseudo Killers, man. Shashumani Madaneta. I think I said that right. I call them the Shaw Crew. That's how I like to say it, the Shaw Crew. You know what I'm saying? Mossy Clan Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that supports the team, man. Pseudo Killers on deck, man. I'm a Raw Squad up, man. Looking with that, yo, I should be able to hit the button, right? With that, man, we out, man. We be here tomorrow.